Já už doufám, že jsou na nás až takhle hodní.
Ne, nejsou.
Bude nástup.
Kurva, ten Meatfly kde je?
Všichni od vozidel, sem.
Dobrá, ale kde?
Co jste jí udělal?
Pojď Andy.
Kde je ten můj velitel?
Ten plášť 4 ke mně na té čáře té runwaye, jo?
Brdo.
Vyskáte se mi tady hezky na ně po té čáře.
Ano, pane.
Já budu ve představu, budete na
Vyskladejte se, dobrý
den. Bude nalevo ode mě a pak...
Ať je to velitel a vedle něj.
Běž. A půjdu za tebe.
Roman má jako jedno člověka v týmu.
Ale ten ani není nalevo, je tvůj, vole!
Jo, počkej.
Beno,
dělej.
Kámejte mi teda.
Zbraně asi na závěr.
Vedle velitele týmu. Beno, vedle.
Zbraně na záda, kluci. Hej, záda na zbraně.
Záda na záda.
Pojďte blíž tu, Sokole, pojďte blíž tu.
Záda na zbraně.
Na kole. Můžete jít tady. Budeme úplně...
I wish I understand.
Ještě jedna technická, nebo...
Ano.
Tamhle jsem už tak prázdný bed, kdybyste chtěli něco, jo?
Jo. OK.
Bude fotka.
Který vozidlo poveze ty afgánský zásoby.
OK, porci,
Jo, to si ještě
Alright, so Nomad's the guy that we see in OFCRA who always invites me to these types of events. But yes, go ahead, Ilbanek. Feel free to give me some translations. I'd appreciate it.
Sokole, dobrý, to vypadá, že jsme se ji složili.
Peťulka to kazí. Tak jo, díky všem, že jste se tady sešli. Jsme tu v pěkném počtu, tak doufám, že si misi užijete. Teď dostanete brief od svých velitelů, bude to zbrojování a začne mise. Nicméně mám ještě nějaké techničtější oznámení, nebo prakticky nevím. Vzhledem k aktuálnímu...
Ticho všichni.
Zupe vypnu.
Halo.
Halo, já jsem nebyl slyšet?
Ne.
Aha, tak omlouvám se. Tak všechny tady zase vítám, že díky, že jsme se sešli v takovémhle počtu. Doufám, že misi si užijete. Brzy dostanete brief od svých velitelů, budete se moct dozbrojit a hnedka vyrazíte. Vzhledem k tomu, jaký je dění na Ukrajině, tak jsem se s Davem domluvil, že by bylo fajn dát si 1 minutu ticha za Ukrajinu a za tu situaci, za ty lidi tam, za válečníky, kteří tam jsou. Současně jenom ještě říkám menší technická věc, že jsme měli v plánu hrát nějaký mise za Rusáky, a to z jistých takových morálních nebo i u některých lidí osobních důvodů padá, protože by byla nižší účast, lidí by nechtěli. Já i ruším svoje mise, které byly s Ukrajinou spojený, není to asi teďko vhodný, uvidíme, až to skončí, ale proti Rusákům budeme hrát, těm budeme dávat na zadek, takže to jo. Takže teď si dáme 1 minutu ticha a potom budeme pokračovat.
Send in Goat Team 6 now.
Sup Liru. Bit sad I won't be able to join P4P, but I hope it's amazing XD.
Tak jo.
Angel, thanks for the 4-month resub. That's alright. Pay for Pain will be at 5 hours. I'll be giving a few reminders during this stream about that. But as Ilbanek said, I did know about the minute of silence that was coming up for Ukraine. We'll have a few more things coming out this week about that stuff.
Nejdřív si velitele briefnou svoje týmy, Následně si hodíme nějaký radio check a ještě kdo bude potřebovat, tak si může skočit do arzenálu. Pak uděláme gear check, protože je tady otevřený arzenál. Velitel zodpovídá za to, že jeho tým nebude mít žádnou kokotinu a pak pojedeme, OK?
Yep. So anyone that knows Czech, feel free to translate, but I'm pretty sure they were just talking about making sure everyone has the proper gear from the arsenal.
OK, třeba pojďte tu.
Teplá 4, pojďte za mnou.
Otherwise they're gonna start mounting up.
To asi zůstaneme do
Kolem kadlíka, vy.
So to give a TLDR of what's going on, a few months ago I was approached by Nomad, who I met in OFCRA, and he's like, hey, do you want to spectate this large-scale zoo stop of multiple different Czech communities doing something? I'm like, hell yeah. I'm always that type of guy that likes to try new things with, especially anything armor-related. So we did that. I had to leave a little early because it went on for quite a while. This one, though, I have 4.5 hours before I have pay for paint at 5, and it's a little past 12 right now, so it should be good. You're fine, Angel. I should have muted my music, too, in all honesty. I just didn't think about it. But now they're doing a second joint task force operation, and he invited me back, and I'm like, yeah. I mean, it was fun to watch him compete like that, or not compete, you know, conduct the operation. And it is a nice way to, you know, reflect. To, you know, just see a completely different group do things the way they do them, as well as, you know, Zeus do things the way he or she does. And then, you know, as someone in my shoes, to just watch everything go down, I think that's quite interesting. So let me give a breakdown of today's operation. So this convoy is going to practically go in to check on an ANA-ANP camp. And then from there, I think they're going to deliver them to the base. But if you know the Czech language, if you do mission, exclamation point mission, then you can look at the brief yourself, and then I have a link to their joint task force Discord as well. I would assume this is 1-4 because they're on channel 4 here, but I'll check their radio nets as well.
Zároveň prověřit 3 vesnice ověřené otazníkem. V oblasti se mimo jiné nachází tady afgánská národní armáda, afgánská národní policie, mají tam takovou malou stanici svoji. Ty nám budou pomáhat pravděpodobně s překladama, případně vstupu do nějakých baráků, jelikož my máme zakázáno vstup do baráků, jo? Tak, to znamená, to je víceméně celá naše mise. Jeden tým pravděpodobně bude celou dobu umístěn na FOB Sparta, takhle jo, ty týmy se prostřídají, nebude tam, jako třeba jenom my nebudeme celou misi na FOB Sparta, ale postupně se tam prostřídáme tak, aby celý časový horizont, kterou mise bude trvat, byl jeden tým stále na FOB Sparta. Tady ten jeden tým, nebo jedno družstvo, bude tu FOB Sparta bránit. Ostatní týmy mezi tím budou vykonávat úkoly v těch vesnicích. Mise bude roleplayově trvat 2 dny, to znamená 2 dny bez spánku a tak dále. Mějte připravené noptovizory samozřejmě, jo? Určitě se k vám dostalo noptovizory AN, tam ty 15.
PVS 15.
Prostě. Jo, děkuju, PVS 15, jo? Tak. Teďkon, co se týče Rules of Engagement a podobně, jo? Takže máme 100% return fire only. To znamená, pokud se po nás nestřílí, my nestřílíme. Samozřejmě jsou tady výjimky, jako například sebevražední atentátníci a podobně. Nezapomínejte, jsme v Afghánistánu, to znamená prostě ten konflikt znáte z reálu, takže mějte ROV takové, jaké v Afghánistánu prostě bylo vždycky nastavené, jo? Počítejte s tím, že mezi obyčejnými civilisty jsou tady rozšířené zbraně z, řekněme, východního bloku. To znamená, počítejte prostě AK-74, AK-47 a podobně. Jsou tady normálně mezi civilistama a mají právo je nosit. Klidně i jakože open carry, to znamená viditelně, jo? Takže s tím počítejte, nestřílejte hnedka po něčem, co má zbraní. O tom, že máme na vlastní ženijní tým, už jsem říkal. Tak, máme mimo jiné, mimo to, že máme ženijní družstvo, tak máme teda samozřejmě letectvo, který nám dělají Američani z letecké základny v Bagrámu, která je několik desítek kilometrů na jih od téhleté oblasti. To znamená, nebudou vzlétávat tady z toho letiště. Budou nám vykonávat teda jak transportní jak transportní nějaký zajištění, tak zároveň medivac. Máme medivac dneska, budeme ho pravděpodobně používat, takže s tím počítejte, jo. Nemáme doktory, mediky nastavené na tu úroveň, aby nás mohli kompletně dát do cuku, jo, jakože OK. Takže budeme používat medivac. Obzvláště při nějakých mass casualties, pokud nějaký budou. CLS-ko může používat chirurgickou sadu, jsem si tady jenom dovolil takovou rychlou vsumku pro naše CLS-ko, které nám dělá Melok. Takže když tak si vem chirurgickou sadu. Tak, ještě dál maličko k té situaci, která tady je. Nemůžeme vstupovat do budov civilistů. Nemáme na to oprávnění, pokavať se nejedná, pokavať se například není nějaký nástřel z toho baráku, jo? Nebo z toho baráku po nás není vedená nějaká prostě agresivní akce, jo? To znamená ve chvíli, pokavať prostě se po nás nestřílí z toho baráku, nebo po nás někdo nehází granáty z toho baráku a podobně, tak nemáme právo vstupovat do obydlí. To samé nemůžeme provádět nějaké výslechy civilistů a tady to, jo? Máme tady omezenou působnost, protože jsme cizí armáda na cizím území. Pokud by bylo potřeba vstupovat do budov, ale nehrozilo by nám akutní nebezpečí z té budovy, bude se na to volat afgánská národní policie, případně armáda. Počítejte s tím, že nepřítel má teda, co se týče vybavení, tak má igly, RPGčka, je docela těžce ozbrojený, jo, tady v téhleté oblasti. Poslední, co vám chci říct, je, že jdeme bez tlumičů, takže pokud máte tlumiče, tak je koukejte zahodit. Otázky?
Tam byly napísané NVGčka, to s nimi.
VS15 už to bylo řečeno.
VS15, jo?
Jedna otázka, ta 148, která má nás 3, tebe killera a mě.
Potvrzuju.
A teda jakoby, když ty nám dáš na něco na dlouho, na 148, tak to máme předat rovnou teda všem jako 8 lidem na tý 3-4-3, jo?
Pokud to tak vyjde z to sdělení, tak ano. Jo, pokud to jako, tak bude chápáno, že to máte předat. Jo? To znamená, já nemám tu 3-4-3, já nemám frekvenci na vás všechny proto, aby jsem měl klid, jo? Takže aby jsem měl nějaký klid a neměl prostě na jedné frekvenci 10 lidí, jo? 8, dejme tomu, tak já mám tady Killera a Vretixe, kteří na vás mají tu channel 4, jo? To jsou vaši velitele, kteří mají jediný tu channel 4, se kterou se můžete domluvit s ostatníma. Já ji nemám, já se domluvím pouze na Killera a na Vretixe.
Trošku na piču.
Dobrá otázka, tohle, rozumíme Afgáncům?
Negativní, pravděpodobně.
Takže tam máme někoho v týmě, nebo
máme afgánskou národní policii a afgánskou národní armádu. Pokud se bude potřebovat vyrozumět, máme si zavolat preje.
A je nějaký důvod reálný, že proč nemůže vstupovat do jejich obydlí? Ani s členem ANA?
Pravděpodobně, no se členem ANP, ano, ale
dobré,
musíme si je zavolat. Jo, máme na to vyčleněný tým, který bude jako...
Já jsem myslel, že vůbec, proto jsem se pýtal.
Můžeme s tím členem ANP.
Já ještě dodám teda k těm vysílačkám, vzhledem k tomu, že teda jako na všechny nás jako celek 8 lidí bez Vaška, máme jednu vysílačku, tak tam nebudete mluvit o pičovinách a jenom to, co je důležité, aby ta vysílačka byla volná, když to bude potřeba.
Tak, ano, prosím. Jinak v Retixi seš second in command, jo? Killer bude když tak třetí, jo? Kdyby se mi něco stalo.
Čo bereme jako prvé? Akože prídeme tam na to FOBčko a kto bere ako prvý stráž a kto prvý ide vonku a tak?
Zatím tady ty informace nemám a dozvím se je pravděpodobně po cestě.
Na checkpointe a OP sú spojenecké jednotky, alebo to je pre nás?
Potvrzuju spojenecké jednotky, OP samota, CP Vltava jsou spojenecké jednotky.
Jestli jsem to dobře pochopil, tak vám by velení na tom checkpointu potom té checkpointu FOBčku měl přebrat Dave, že jo?
Pravděpodobně ano.
A asi předpokládám, že teda potom asi se rozvíme teda víc.
Ano, pak se rozvíme víc, jo? Teď máme omezené jako informace. Ještě se chci zeptat, jestli všichni chápete ke svým gírům všechno, co potřebujete vědět. Přímo vybavení.
To je jaký, ten pak, nebo já si moc...
Tak, všichni vemte jeden pak. Vůbec ho nebudete používat, je to pro medika, jenom vy mu ho nesete u sebe. To znamená, když by se vám něco stalo, medic vezme váš pak a použije ho na vás. Jo, to znamená, všichni budou mít pak. Jeden pak prostě všichni.
Hele Vašku, to, že nám teda udělaný medický podle našeho beku, asi teda moc nevadí, předpokládám.
Nevadí. Tak, teďkon poprosím kulomet, už si nějakou munici dál do traku, minimálně, kdo to tam dával?
Já.
Jo, super, uši kuky, bezvadné. Vachuláku, máš nějaké rakety navíc v autě?
Jest, jich tam
Vynikající. Pokud chcete nějakou munici do auta navíc, jako klasický střelci, co máme prostě brany, tak někdo můžete to tam dát, jo? Dohodněte se se svýma tady tým lídrama. To znamená s Vertixem Killerem, jestli tam chcete nějakou munici, já osobně si myslím, že není potřeba. Ale jestli chcete, máte volné ruce. Tak, ještě nějaké otázky na mě.
Bude, ne? Když tak nějaká munice.
Well, it is a milsim op, Falcon.
Obovazy do auta si hodit můžem?
Not semi-serious like you're used to.
Jo, vynikající. Jo, super, jo, Melok tam jeden baťoch nahodí jako naše CLS-ko a bude to mít na starost od medické zásoby. OK, takže jestliže nemáte žádné další otázky, tak teda... Ano?
Gearcheck asi bude.
Jo, Gearcheck.
Gearcheck's alright.
Tak pojďme, moje ruce nahoru.
Alright, so let me break it down for everyone. First off, a few things I gotta note because of what was done in chat. Glide Warrior, thanks for the 5 gift subs. If you got a sub from Glide Warrior, make sure you thank him. Otherwise, hope you all keep enjoying the operations. Get a nice kick out of this scenario. Falcon, the Pay for Pain mod set is in TSP's Discord, either in the members channel if you scroll up, or ARMA announcements. I linked it in both spots. It has a few small additions, but it's mostly a lot of subtractions to get away from the scripted stuff. Operation, based off of what I was being told in the translation as well as what I was already told about it, is that Czech forces are always going to have at least some presence in FOB Sparta, but are otherwise going to be patrolling the area. I know for a fact they're also going to check in on the ANA-ANP camp. They're not allowed to enter buildings unless they're shot at from the buildings. But otherwise, they have a very strict ROE in that sense. They've dubbed it Weapons Yellow, which I assume means only fire if fired upon. So, from what I remember from the previous operation, this is kind of a milsim style operation, so everything's a bit more strict, a little more serious. Medical's a little tougher. They were talking about medevac options. We do have a medevac helicopter here, so I assume the medical is going to be pretty tough. But they have that ready to go. We've got a convoy ready to go in as well. Let's take a look at FOB Sparta real quick. I think it's a circular. Nope. It's a boxed fob with some blown out components around. And some AI defenders already in it, which is quite interesting. And then it has a bit of a checkpoint down there. Both a CP and an Overwatch position, the OP. So that's pretty nice. I love how I can hear the ace stamina noise for me running out of sprint over this camera, but I am merely a spectator for this one. Once in a blue moon, I think it's really cool to, you know, just sit back and watch everything, especially from a different community that speaks a different language, so you get to see how everything goes. So I have no authority or ability to detonate a nuke, so your request is automatically denied. How does that make you feel, Toasty? I'm a ghost running out of stamina. I just breathe heavily next to people. It's great. Yeah, Ilbanex, so they have KAT medical, which is really, really advanced. Personally, I don't enjoy playing that style of medical in my operations, but I don't mind spectating. And you know what, Toasty? I'm glad your day is ruined. So anyway, Pay for Pain will be in about 4.5 hours. I'm going to be staying in this operation for at least another 3.5, 4 hours to spectate, and we'll see how things go.
Co jsem chtěl kurva řešit s vrtelama?
Nějaký plán?
No, jaký plán? Jednoduchý, to je tam a tam se nabrikujeme.
Yes, OK. Jinak já jsem teda víceméně ready, až na toho Gustava to bude trvat tak 2 minuty, jo?
Počkej, hele, asi pojedete poslední v konvoji, jo?
Jo, počítám s tím. Actually, já bych ten konvoj jako možná i nechal tak, jak je teď sestavený.
Ne, první pojede striker.
Jestli víš,
I'm just watching them organize from here.
Čeho to chceš?
No, Dave mě jsem nahnal, jakože jsem mám nahnat tým, takže nevím.
Jenom ten spek, máme mít co?
To je osobní lékárnička, prostě v plusku v arzenálu máš...
Ještě jednou 148, slyšíme se.
Jo.
Musí jednu k sobě.
Aha.
Kde, slyšel jsi mě? Super, dobrý, tak mi stačí. Dobrý.
No, just letting them get underway here. Can we pretend to understand what they're saying? By all means, you can pretend, but I know we have some Czech players in chat that would be more than happy to translate. Ilbanek was, but he has to go, otherwise he'd be playing this op if he had the time. Do I know any other languages besides English and script? I know some coding languages, and I know a little bit of French, but that's really it, unfortunately. I'm not much of a language person.
Máš 762, bo.
Ne, zase si 5,56.
Alright, I better spot this Carl Gustav. Yep, there it is.
Já mám asi problém, jak jsem připravil ty sluchátka, tak neslyším zvuky z army.
Falcon very much enjoys his Carl G.
Relog, no.
Jenom relog.
What about the language of love? What is that, Italian? I thought that was French. Ah, whatever.
Jako třeba na repráky a zase na sluchátka, tak to potom jako nefunguje.
Hey, righto, Nomad, thanks for dropping by. I hope the operation goes well. And my chat will pretend to understand.
Tak můžeš to vydržet teoreticky?
Now, I'll be honest, it's only really important for us to know the briefing. Once combat actually begins, yeah, we'll go down and locally hear them say everything, but... Air support is speaking English? Alright, let's see if we can find him. Ah, you mean their medevac. Okay. I thought there was actually someone named air support for a good 5 seconds. I'm like, wait a second. No, you mean the medevac. I'm really out of it today, aren't I? How did you and the Blood God meet? What do you mean? Because that can mean a lot of different things. Do you mean Gorechild from the TIOW mod community, or the guys in multicam? Got it.
Řidičovi a na střelci mě nechte
Jdeme první, takže si naplánuj trasu, ne že by byla potřeba jít po jedné rovince.
Do you mean the ANA players?
Naplánuj
How many people are in the airport? I want to say at least 30. This is about a 35-person operation. They're talking about game-related stuff, nothing really important. Yeah, that's what I figured. I mean, this is just all of them getting the final checks before the operation begins, to be honest. It is a good convoy lineup, though. A good mix of general transport and armed vehicles here. Yeah, there are 3 players at another base. There's a ground commander, who I'd assume is also the Zeus, so those 2 are Zeusing. So yeah, about 30 people at base right now. Yeah, I know, right? The mine clearing Vic should be in front, right? Not that Vic. And what the heck is going on over there?
Human centipede! Oh yeah!
Well, I understood that one, and I'm a little concerned about that.
Kontroluješ pindíka?
To clarify, how do you blow? Oh, gotcha. There's a lot of ways I can tell that story. She just came back with lunch though, so I'm limited in what I can say. But it was over 8 years ago. I think, no, so when we first met each other, I was still with my ex. But after my ex and I broke up, she kind of helped me get through that. And then when she tried to let go of me, I clung like a motherfucker. And she, well, eventually just started going out. This is a serious Milsim crew, exactly. My ex turned into an SCP. Yeah, I know. Shut up, Falcon. we do make jokes about her from time to time. Yes, it's a super serious Milsim crew, Mason. Exactly. I'm just following up on that point. You will keep the meme alive, I know. If the mine explodes, technically you've disarmed the mine. I mean, you're not wrong. Well, I like the TSB ops where we actually do use that to clear mines. It's pretty effective, but yeah, sometimes they don't use it effectively, and the other elements hit the mines, and you're like, what are you doing? I can't do a good Kermit, especially since it's still I only recently woke up, so not sure what I can give. We also have other attack helicopters here, so I'm wondering if air is going to be changing between different assets. You got the 2 Zeuses, you got a few other groups. That's the pilot running up with, I believe, another pilot, or just someone in general. Hi, Boo. Thank you.
So let's give him a warm welcome, shall we?
You want to say that into the mic? Say that into the mic. Go ahead.
What?
Say it all into the mic.
I said I pulled out this obnoxious, self-absorbed, persistent little shit out of a hole. He was feeling his worst, and now I said to feed him
So there's your story. That's how we met. Nice and easy. Simple and effective, I guess. Bloodwing is threatening to kill us? No, you would know if she was. She just brought me lunch. Huh?
I said my car didn't pass inspection.
I know. It's okay. My car is almost as old as us, to be honest. All right, have fun, Boo. What does what say? Thank you, Boo. Bye. Now, are they just gonna bulldoze it, or are they gonna get out? This is the ultimate test to know if this is a casual op or a milsim op, is if someone actually gets out and opens the damn gate instead of running it over. It's a milsim op. All right, let's go. Alright, so we have a Striker with a Minesweeper system on it, also has a Crow system of a 50 cal. We have an MRAP with a GMG Mark 19 or 17, I forget. And then another MRAP with a 50 cal, and then a Transport Vic in the middle with only 2 guys on it. Alright, so then we have the air crew back here. They've got a UH-60, an AH-64, and then a Medevac Huey, Blackhawk. We've got 3 ANA members in the camp itself right now. The camp has what appears to be a Humvee with a 240 on it, some munitions, multiple different types of vehicles. They're just chilling right now. So we have a bulldozed mosque over here, a bunch of civilians. Otherwise, we're just going to watch the lead vehicle of the convoy. I don't know where the AI are placed because I don't get symbols for them in Spectator. So our best bet is to just watch the convoy come in and see where the ambushes end up. And I am sorry to say, but I was brought lunch, so I will be eating while we watch. And I mean, this is all part of just a good show, in my opinion. So thank you for joining me on this one. I hope you enjoy it. Let's see if the Czech communities do well in this scenario. Because I remember from the previous operation, they had some parts where they did really well, but then there was a part that completely derailed the operation when an IED went off and had a massive amount of casualties inflicted on the Czech players, which I was told later that that was entirely an accident because it cooked off a few buildings, which cooked off a few vehicles, which just resulted in a massive amount of casualties, but you know, it happens. So why a checkup? Maximilian, it's really just because they invited me over. I will literally do anything in Arma 3. I'll try anything in Arma 3 once. From large-scale PvP events to spectating stuff, and if I like it, I'll do it again. If I didn't like it, I'll try to do it again, but from a different side of things. That's what I did with Coalition. And even then, I gave Coalition a break. I came back to it, and still didn't like it, so I'm probably not going to try that again. But I'll still recommend it to people that are looking for that experience, because I feel one of my duties as a content creator for this game is if people are looking for something specific, I should know where to point people to, you know, in the right direction. If I don't know, I should know where to point them to you know, look. Ilbanek, I'm gonna be honest, OFCRA is really not my style. I don't want to wait around for like 30 minutes to have 1 or 2 firefights and then probably die and then have to wait around for another 60 minutes to watch it finish. Furthermore, my PvP style is a lot like Falcon's. So, I mean, Falcon got in trouble for his PvP style. So I would probably get in trouble because I play like Falcon. So, I don't want to create an issue. See, Falcon, here's the thing. This is what you're not really learning, though. Arma has so many different groups of people that play in so many different ways. And some people really do appreciate that slow. That's why I really like covering OFCRA and FNF separately, because they're two vastly different types of PvP. If OFCRA was a lot like FNF, I probably wouldn't cover OFCRA because I already have FNF, but OFCRA is just so different, you know, 50-minute rounds, there's an IED right there. Yep, so there's a guy right there. Oh, why are you turning your heads out? That's a really bad idea. I'm waiting to see an RPG guy hit a Vic or something. Yeah, so that's a small dug-in IED there. Now, really curious here. I do have a thermal vision. All right, so this will help me really find additional stuff here. We got something smoking off over there. We've got a few guys hidden in the rocks back here. So I guess today the insurgents here, their tally, there's the RPG. Major miss there. Now he's doing hand tricks. Got a blue 4 dismount right here. Some people are taking wounds. Probably because the GMG is having some shrapnel. Got one guy up here, another RPG. That was an HE shell based off the explosion. Yeah, cooked off that IED. I'm looking down here, looks like this was a PKM Vic that was just smoked, and now we have one Vic barreling away, the other ones are sticking around, I think because they're trying to do a quick remount. Now they're trying to book it out of here. So having the Vic that pulled up, now taking rear security for that unarmed Vic. They're back in formation. And they just took an RPG. They appear fine for the most part. He's firing over here. There is nothing over there, but it's just a bit of panic that we're seeing. But yeah, with thermals, we can see like all these towns have a lot of activity. These are all friendly forces as well that they're trying to help with, but now that convoy is coming up, so they should be okay. Alright, so we're going to start pulling up to the compound. We're going to see one squad dismount to help hold it. We'll probably see 1 or 2 FOB attacks while things are going on. Air's still standing by over there. But I'd imagine either the ground convoy is going to come up and they're going to cycle forces out, or Air is just going to move everyone back and forth via UH-60. Yep, so I believe it's more Czech forces up here defending. Oh yeah, no, MRAPs, I mean, mine resistant ambush protected. That's what an MRAP stands for. So it's meant to tank RPGs. It's just, I know sometimes we watch things like FNF where, you know, a single rocket will blow it up, but that's also because that rocket is an RPG-42. So it's designed to penetrate in and explode, compared to MRAPs that are graded to resist older types of RPGs that most insurgents, you know, have their hands on.
Yep.
Oh, they have the Sandstorm script. Oh dear. This is gonna suck.
Let's go.
I would not try putting a drone up in the middle of a sandstorm.
Já jsem se rád.
Halo. Jinak v cajku.
Ty Dandy? Tak já padnu platun.
Cože nám?
Já odpad platun.
Platun?
Já platun to spadlo.
Aha.
Ano?
Ano.
Restartoval jsi ty zvuky?
Ano, ano. Už
Máte tady někde CLSO?
CLSO mám, pojď se mnou. Ježiš.
Nevidím.
Nějaký slabý atomový výbuch, ne?
Ale působil.
A small sandstorm. The ANA guys patrolling around down there as well. Alright, let's go ahead and look at the position. So the OP has some AI on it. The checkpoint has a few guys on it. Fortified position obviously has a few guys on it. Looking over at the town, just got a bunch of civilians around. We do have some armed ones in here, though. Trying to see if there's any sort of like weapon cache or something, but no, just a guy with a gun. Another one over here. So again, they're oh dear. Alright, so we got a few armed ones out here. We got some more armed ones in here. I don't know if that's going to turn into a hostage situation or something. It could also just be guys with guns that are armed to protect themselves. I know that is a really common thing you see in milsim operations involving this area. You've got the remains of that ambush over there. Some guys are still alive. They're just hunkered down right now. Otherwise, the towns are relatively garrisoned. I'm trying to see if I see anything on the hilltops, because thermal seems to be really effective right here. Just some guys standing around, surveying wreckage. Got a gas station. That seems to be fine. Also wondering if there's any, this is that ANA base. And then more groups of civilians here. It's also quite possible the Zeus hasn't spawned anything else yet, because there is already quite a bit down. But otherwise, in terms of thermals, I don't really see much else. So right now, I think we're just in a transition state. Looks like the ANA have come up to chat with the local groups. So we'll go ahead and have an interaction there.
Ahal.
Alaikum salam.
My jsme slyšeli tady nějaký výbuchy střelbu, jste v pohodě?
Jo, to bylo vzadu, něco tam nějaký přepad byl. Něco jsme postříleli, něco ale přežilo ještě.
Jo, je dobrý, takže všichni jste v pohodě, jo? Nepotřebujete nic.
Vypadá to, že jsme v pohodě.
OK, dobrý. Hele, vy ty tady nějak operujete v té oblasti teda?
No, budeme to tady nějak bránit, něco tady budeme robit, nějaké IDčka budeme zeškodňovat a tak dále, klasika.
Jo, dobrý. No, kdybyste potřebovali, vy máte vysílačky nebo něco? Jo. A vy máte, my používáme nějaký, my jsme teď dostali 343, máte taky ty typy?
343 máme, samozřejmě. Ale to jsou to docela na hovno vysílačky, daleko to nedosáhne.
No jasný, no lepší než nic, že kdybyste něco potřebovali, nebo my, že bychom si tak mohli zavolat.
No, ale to pochybuju, když budete víc jak půl kilometru od nás, jestli něco uslyšíme.
No, tak my tady jako hlídkujeme, nevím, jak jsou tady ty města, to Srach Oalach a Bozakel a takový, takže...
Jo, takže tady ty tři body prostě na západě, jo?
My tam máme i kemp u nich, takže tady nějak jako hlídkujeme.
Jo, vidím to, jasný.
A dostali se nějaký info k těm městům? Jestli od nás něco nechcete vědět?
Vůbec nic nevíme.
Jo. A vy jste velitel?
No, velitel týmu, ne ten nejvyšší, ale můžu klidně tady jednat.
No tak, jestli to přáte svému velitelovi.
Samozřejmě.
Tak vlastně jak je město Srach Kvalach?
Srach Kvalach?
No. Srach Kvalach, to jakoby na severozápad od nás.
Ano.
No. Tak tam jsou civilisti, jsou ozbrojení, ale jsou friendly.
Jasně.
Respektive minimálně k nám, takže jako k vám bych řekl, že taky budou asi friendly.
Prostě do obrana.
No. Pak, jak je město Bozakel?
Momentík, napíšu si, Bozachel, ano.
Tak tam jsou neutrální civilisti, tam jakoby s námi nemají problémy, ale že o Talibanu tam taky nic nevíme. A my, jestli vidíte na jih od toho Bozakelu ten compound, tak tam máme my kemp.
To je váš kemp, ano, víme o něm.
A jak je město Bušty, tak tam je trochu problém, tam jakoby vlastně mají styky s Talibancema a civilisti tam bývají ozbrojený a většinou jsou jakoby nepřátelský. Nemusí být všichni, ale většina jo. A pak ještě vlastně, to nevím, jestli o tom víte, tak pak na jih od města Bušty po té cestě je tam friendly checkpoint vlastně, teď nevím, jestli to je ANA nebo AMP. Martinere, nevíš?
Opakuj. Nějaký aspoň čtverec nebo něco, o tom nevíme.
Měl by to být čtverec CC a 060051.
060051.
Je to u kopce,
jak je, někde?
Jo, tam.
Rozumím. 060051 Ana Camp.
Tam není camp, tam je checkpoint.
Nebo checkpoint, dobré.
No. Nevím, jestli to je ANA nebo ANP.
Dobrý, Greenport, to je to nejdůležitější.
Right, a little bit neck. Alright, so let me explain. The guys we saw with guns up to the north are friendly, so, you know, try not to shoot them. First off, they were asking if they were alright after that ambush because they heard the gunfire. And apparently there are a lot of hostiles in this town. And then this one is pretty clear from what the ANA are telling them.
Budeme asi, protože nám bylo taky řečeno, že bychom měli asistovat nějakým vojenským jednotkám při prohledávání baráků a tedy.
Takže v tom případě vy budete asi naši překladatelé.
Jo, to je možný, no.
Dobrý.
Tady je vojíny od armády, takže já a on umíme jako tady jako děláme překladatele.
Rozumím.
Tady to
už
jako
většinou se tady vydržte, my čekáme na velitele.
Alejkum salam, habibi.
My jsme takový složený zbytky, no, z toho, co tady zbylo ještě.
Rozumím, jo. Tak já se zatím aspoň s mojím velitelem nějak spojím a zatím asi počkáme chvíli, takže jestli tady si někde sednete, nebo si uděláte pohodlí, než tady to vyřeším
u nás. Ještě tak popovídáme s naším velitelem, až bude moc.
Rozumím, tak za pár minut, když tak.
Jo, dobře. Zatím... Ach.
Alright, so it looks like Alpha 1-5 is going to be holding the fob first, which is going to leave Bravo 2-2, Alpha 1-4, and potentially Alpha 1-2 to go out, but Alpha 1-2 might stay as well because they're a 3-man group. So I'd imagine one Vic is going to be parked in the fob, and the other two are just going to go out, but we'll see what happens to that one Vic there. Gotcha, Czech. Okay, so... I mean, right now I haven't seen anything on thermal. I've seen some, you know, some unarmed guys here, but no one armed here specifically. But this town is relatively hostile to the players here. Arma's Arma, I'd expect there to be some sort of small incursion here, but it's nothing's hidden in here at the moment, so... We'll see. Doing another quick scan on thermals here. Don't really see anything else along the hills. Don't see anything incoming to the fob here yet. Oh, nope. Hold on. Yep. We're about to have it coming. All right. So that's going to pull everything over. He dismounted that one guy. There we go. Yeah, we're starting to dismount.
Ještě tam běhají.
Tady bude na hovno.
Tady bude úplně hovno, to nepřestřelíš tu...
Jo, je tam stále nějaký pohyb, ale nevím, či to je nějaký ozbrojenec.
Jo, jsou ozbrojenci.
They're definitely mini-me's.
Ale...
Není.
Dobré, tady vidím, že se...
Looking at the results down here. I think they got them all. Oh. Nope, there's a group of infantry also down here. I either missed that, which is unlikely, or the Zeus added some more. So we'll have to see how things go. He got back in his car. He's not having any of that shit. The A and Air just walking over going, oh, they got it. All right, let's get out of here.
Co? Ježiši.
Vůbec jsem
Odkud?
Nevím. Na chláku? Všichni jedu na nástřel, nikdo nejedu odkud.
Dobrý, nikdo neví.
They're trying to look to see where that fire is coming from.
A koukám skoro za dalekohled, abych někoho viděl.
Ale to má butiku.
A prej defense máme.
Oh, wow, they actually hit someone. That's not good.
Míte? Tady zatím nechám.
A little high for me. Yep, so that group's slowly maneuvering. We've got... Yeah, I heard the Lee Enfield firing. We also potentially have a single shooter over here. That's a marksman with SVD.
Hledám.
Cibulky.
Nehledám.
Jo, nehledám.
Jo, tak už máš ne, vůbec ho nehledám.
Sound like these guys are having fun though, which is good.
Já jsem slyšel,
Gotta remember, at the end of the day, this is still a video game. Having fun is, I would say, the most important thing. Or at least have people enjoy what they're doing. Because it's their time on the internet, you know, spend it how you want to.
Už je označený.
They're trying to hone in on this marksman. Giving him a haircut here. And yes, as Flavid looks at the menu, pay for pain will be in 4 hours. Gonna quickly look at this group. Yep, so it's a squad slowly coming up to hit the checkpoint. Looks like everyone that's dismounted is moving up in that direction. Not seeing anything else move up to the base at the moment. They're still harassing this sniper. They're out of the RC for him. There's a second body up here now. That's not good.
Tady budeme, pane.
No, tohle kdybychom měli u nás.
Ne, tady, pane, tady.
Kurva, to je sračka.
No, tak tam někde by měl být.
Tady budu.
Yep, so one of them I think got sniped. right in the head, and I think his body is one of these two, because I think that's his body right there actually. So one player KIA so far.
Jenom furt odstřelil ten sniper, ale tak klasika.
Still looking for him.
Na silnici, na tom
They're definitely talking about him though. The word sniper is a bit universal. What I'm concerned about is this. Slowly coming around the cop here. We have the A&A guys in here down where it's safe, just like looking at all the Czech guys going, yeah, whatever. It's another unique thing I like to cover about this is these guys usually do nail the roleplay. I don't see anything coming up that hill yet.
Sleduj ten horizont, jo? Kuky.
Sniper's back at it. And yeah, it's ACRs with ACOGs. So we have a third guy who's now unconscious, but I want to point out they keep going up there where this guy's zeroed in on, and he keeps shooting the people that go up there. Sniper's doing some really good work too, damn.
A bacha je tu sniper někde, tak radši se dostane někam jinam.
DV na mapě ho máš zaznačený.
Kurva, co se tady děje? Vretix dole, výborně, ty vole.
Pro tě byla Liza, okej?
OK, tak Chober, prosím tě. Když tak si ho přitáhni někam pryč, jo? Tady seš trošku na ráně.
Myslím nějak moc?
Tady se tady jsem potřebuji pomoct.
Koukal, byla mu tam hlava.
Nedáš mi tento? Nedáš mi dělat tohle?
Nedám, spíš 208, spíš asmu 208.
Jo, mám.
Pohoda.
Po horizontom.
Ale dobrý,
počkej, já žiju.
Už si zůru, dobrý.
Looks like they stabilized him. You've seen more shots go down. This group's still slowly making its way up. Looks like one guy poked over and was immediately shot. And yeah, so the Czech Bren 2 looks a lot like an ACR. I think it's just their domestic version of the ACR, to be perfectly honest. You know, like the Type 56 compared to the AKM. But, Matt, feel free to correct me on that, but that's my understanding of the weapon. It scares me that I keep seeing people come up here. Like they're trying to have their Mark 11 gunner now. Hit him. And they got him. Yeah, and all this time, no one's thought to get out the striker with the crow system to come around and hit it with, you know, the safe turret that can't be shot out by a sniper, you know? That would have been the smartest thing, or, you know, call the Apache. I mean, they're not American, though, so... Stereotypes aside, though, the Apache's 40 mil would have taken care of them pretty well. I mean, yes, okay, it can be shot out, but the marksman is unlikely to get multiple shots on the little camera system there to disable it. So I think they're finding it on thermals now to confirm. A few more guys have come up and have been taken out, so it looks like these AI are actually in the mode where they fall back. You got Blue 4 out here. They're sending a group down either to the checkpoint or to confirm that they're all dead. So I think they're coming down to clear the checkpoint now, or at least make sure it's good.
Yeah.
Machine gunner go first, please. I mean, yeah, have the guy with the rapid fire weapon on point. That would be smart. So you can see a little bit of movement down here.
Co?
Pojď sebe.
Co? Rozumím. Dobrý, dá se tam projít?
Dobro.
Nice, Infly, nahoru.
Že ta 50 tady je, ty vole.
To je, vole.
Dobrý, pojďte.
Počkej, já jdu za to, dopade za to 50.
No tak.
Tak pál.
Yeah, they're calling out contact down there.
Vidím tam Habibáka. Máme povoleno střílet nebo ne?
Jenom když po tobě vhodní budou střílet.
Ale...
Je tam jak hajzl, já nic
já je vidím, ale oni nestřílej. Jsou tam 4.
Já už je vidím buzny.
Hej, já nevím, měli bychom střílet, ne?
Na tom jako běhají tam, no, Habibička.
Já nevím, měli bychom střílet, ne?
No, blíže se blíž, ale jako nestřílej. Takže...
Nestřílejte, dokud nestřílej, oni tak nebudou střílet.
No jo. Mně se to taky nelíbí.
So, at the beginning of the op, they said they were weapons yellow, which means they're only allowed to fire a bomb. These guys are calling out that they see Taliban. But the Taliban, because meta-wise, they took a bunch of casualties up here. So the AI set themselves to defend only. So they're not going to shoot first. So now you kind of have this stare-off as the Taliban are pulling away. And these guys are asking their commanding officer if they can shoot them, but ROE is only fired upon. Now, I appreciate the strict roleplay they're doing here. There's some shooting. Was over to the left. But at the same time, if your fob has been under attack by guys with guns, anyone armed with a weapon that you can't confirm the identification of, at that point, you should be weapons free, but that can also open up for some pretty nasty miss-PID. Excuse me. So you still have a few more down the ridge. They are taking shots, though.
Já si prdel. My se prostě vypařili.
Ale jsou to Habibi, jako si někdo
Jeli, jedu tady ještě.
Jo.
Zvojím, že půjdem nalevo. Je tam zase sniper?
So I'm trying to see if that is this guy shooting. Which he is, and the other guy down the ridge is also shooting. Which is that Lee Enfield. Everyone else appears to be down. So it's only those two. Looking around, A&A guys are folding back into the town. I don't see anything else coming, because everything else has been killed off. So they found the AK guy. They're shooting at him now. Pay for pain is a little under 4 hours. So I'm going to be covering this till about another 2.5 hours minimum. And then we'll work on PFP. Lee-Enfield, I would say, is a good marksman rifle by current definition standards if you can get a nice scope on it. Because that 7.7 caliber is pretty nasty. Alright, so he's moving around right here, still AI controlled. It's down there. An AK guy is still walking around. He's in the open, they're just looking over where the AK guy is, so they're not checking that angle. And that's kind of on the fault of there's just not enough guys up here, because it's a limited amount of players, don't get me wrong, 35. But they've only sent 5 up to this cop, so everyone's too tunnel vision on where the AK was coming from. They need a medic.
OK, bolci, trochu se ty týmy rozmístěte, jo? Všichni čumíte jedním směrem, jako
Yeah, that means someone got shot. So I think this guy took a hit because he's sitting down.
Říkám to tobě.
You do see blood. You hear more humor being used as a coping mechanism. So he's running right. Rob, thank you so much for the 21-month resub. Hope you keep enjoying the operations. Hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. The map is Uzbin Valley. We have a map command. But look at how many times the turret took hits. That shield doing work today.
Ale když ho najdu, tak ho zkusím označit na mapě.
Nevíte, Beno? Slyšíš mě? Tady není, že?
Ty vysílačky mají hodně mezerný dosah.
Oh, that dude is dead. Yep. Blown away by that 50 and another shooter. I think that was the MG. Still have the Lee Enfield down there taking pot shots at him. But I think the LMG guy... Nope, he's looking above him. You can see him right over there, running left to right. Right in the open, but right above where these guys are looking, they think he's further out.
Tak to ber Brennan.
Vem to normálně tím Brennan, co máš.
Vem to Brennan.
No, tak úplně ne.
Bere.
Já jdu dolů. A tady když já budu panovat, tak se... Jo, smrdí to, jako pěkně nemítej habiby.
Jádra asi jebaní.
Ano?
Prosím tě, hele, jako můžu kolem mě buď tak hodný, prosím tě, jaký mi to přijde do...
Yep, so he's still running around over here. He's content to stay in the rocks, but he's got a few trees in between him and the fob, so he won't be found. I guess this is technically the checkpoint. Gonna quickly look around. Don't see anything new coming in or around. I do see some stuff over here, though. That's new. Okay, no, maybe it isn't. It's just we have some more civilians kind of on the outside of town. And then you still have these guys over here, which are content in just staying over there. That's fair. Otherwise, from above, you got this guy now. He's running up a little closer to the fob. Maybe he's getting some fervor because he might have seen that he shot someone. Then again, he only has an iron sight, so I doubt he saw much. Ah, the ANA are taking a squad.
Další jde ze Southwestu.
Hold on one second. I think I hear her choking upstairs. Check later.
Nevidím, lítá takhle mě. Southwest.
tady pán. Tam je tam.
Nedám 20 metrů před námi, jo?
Ho nevidím.
Tak ne.
Ale já nemám ani frekvenci, takže bys musel připojit jedině na nás.
Sorry about that. You know, when you hear your SO coughing, having a coughing fit upstairs, you just want to check on her, better safe than sorry. That sort of thing.
Martiner? Kde jsi ho viděl?
Check.
They just went to defend only. Iceberg, thanks for the 35-month resub. I can't guarantee it, but you feel free to tell people we had a few slots open up last second. Two people dropped this morning because of work issues. Well, I think it'll take a little bit more to have the ANA call for backup here. Meanwhile, looking for the Lee Enfield dude. He's over here vibing. Still technically in the low ground, so he can't be spotted. I don't see anything else moving out at this time. Guys seem to be doing RP and tactics better than most US players. Well, okay. Max, you're practically comparing apples to oranges at this point. These guys came in for a specific tailored experience and they're getting it. People usually come to my ops because they want less roleplay and more shooty shoots. 506, I would say, have less roleplay than this, but they still have a lot of action in their operations, but they still play on a, you know, a milsim style community. So, comparing groups that have different goals in their operations is kind of unfair, in my opinion, you know? Again, it would be like comparing OFCRA and FNF, but they're two completely separate types of PvP events, which is why I always say, you know, here's one that does this, here's one that does that. If they were very similar, I probably wouldn't cover OFCRA, because FNF you can just do more, but that's also one of the reasons why I like covering both FNF and OFCRA. And I have some people from the 506 watching this stream too. Yeah, let the community play how they want to play. Let people on the internet enjoy how they want to spend their free time on the internet. It's not that hard. I've met plenty of elitists, though, that think their way is the best way, and they always shit on anyone else that plays a different way. I'm going to be honest, if you see a lot of those types of people in the community, it's not a good sign. Of course, sometimes we have bouts of people in the TS and TSB that act like that. It also pisses me off to no end when they do stuff like that, but it can't be helped. That's also why you occasionally need to have ops where you absolutely kick the player base's ass to get them off of their freaking high horse. And it's about time we had a few ops in TSB to do that. I imagine this heli is gonna bring in some people that got killed. So there was another casualty. Or he crashed, but I know there were bodies up here. Looks like they took care of those and put those somewhere. But I don't know where the second casualty was had. Yeah, exactly. Everyone just wants to keep having fun on their video game. I'll admit, if you want more fast-paced action where, you know, you immediately get to shooting at other people, I would recommend you stick to Battlefield or Call of Duty, because Arma other than King of the Hill, but even then, King of the Hill, you have to, you know, invest a little bit of time to work yourself up to use assets. If you want something quicker, there's games out there for that. Arma doesn't have to emulate every single thing.
No, konec. Dálce možná vidím mohl.
And I would say Arma is still very niche for a lot of people. That's just my personal opinion.
Je klid? Hele, je klid.
Tohle je dvakrát neříkej, jak se to říká, ty před bouří.
No jo. Jo, pirátský život mám rád. Jo.
To správně neudělal. Dám mu patou po hlavě, vole. Hej, kámo, já jsem si teďka říkal, zapnu tady ten stream.
No.
Jak jsem koukal na toho pasta, že jestli letí s tou helikoptérou. A teďka, jak jsi ty udělal to, tak to tam bylo slyšet.
Fakt?
Jo.
Pojď to. A pak.
Vole. Kurva, zase nějaká, jo.
I'm scared to ask for a translation. I don't want to know. You're talking about a moment in a stream? Yeah, that's fair. And Maximilian, no. Ooh, hiccups, great. Don't worry about it. As someone that plays a lot of Arma, that's been to dozens of different communities, it's just one of the issues that I know exists with this game.
Aby nikde.
Sorry for the awkward pauses. Hiccups. Hiccups suck. So I know they were bringing in re-inserts. I didn't hear any sounds of the chopper taking damage. So I have to assume it was because the wording is based on the fact that they were bringing in re-inserts. Oh, they're talking about Cat Matt. Yeah, I gotcha.
To oni mají teritoria. Jsou nějaký zvířata, kámo, oni si tak vezmeš. Mají zvířata prostě, že jo, oni mají teritorium.
So I think they're holding the fob for now. They're eventually going to rotate down. I think the Zeus was trying to trigger the ANA to call for backup, but that didn't really work. Honestly, what you would want to do to force the ANA to call in backup is have a few squads, or, you know, 2 or 3 squads attack from different directions, put a marksman and a machine gunner or 2 up on the hill, and then just suppress the heck out of them. Not gonna lie, I thought that was a car for a second. You know, at this range, it honestly looks like a figure of a Land Rover with a gun on the back. So I was about to say, oh, wait, there we go. There's the next ambush starting. Just checking around on thermals here. Yes, I see. Oh, he dead. Oh, no, he's not. Okay. Guys, you gotta be careful, alright? Boulders are predatory creatures, alright? They will camp right under tall hills like this just to knock you out of your vehicle. There's a reason there's no body here. The boulder pulled the body out and is currently consuming it, and he's already been fully consumed. We're too late. So you gotta always remember, once you get to the top of the hill, you drive really slowly, because if you gun it like an idiot, that predatory boulder, it's waiting for you. Alright? It's evolved to know that this big shell we call a car, inside that goodness that is a human being, you know, you just have to knock it unconscious or something, let them knock themselves out with their own hubris here, and then you can go in there and eat all you want. So always be on the lookout for predatory boulders, all right? I mean, look, this road's full of them. Look, they're literally camping right next to the road. They're waiting. They're waiting to commit insurance fraud or something. Even the bushes are getting involved. Damn. Nature is evolving, man. You gotta be careful, because if you're not, that's what can happen. And I think the boulder, it's now trying to, I think it stopped the striker. The the minesweeper got caught on it. I'm telling you, man, these boulders, they don't fuck around. You got the smaller ones that try to pop your tires. Thankfully, striker is a bit more resistant than that. Shut up, Devour.
Let's fucking go.
Well, there's someone with English in here. I was able to understand that, but just in case, can I have a Czech guy translate what that man just said? Ah, yes, superior Czech technology. They were able to open, go through it before it was open. Oh dear, now the Czechs are gonna find out what happened. Now the boulder is gonna play dumb, all right? It's gonna say that it was already here and this car was here when the boulder got here, when the Czechs interrogated, all right? Let's go, okay, I'm just making sure. Now, if the boulder just blends in, now, here's the thing, too. The boulder is clearly armed, all right? It was able to take out a car and eat somebody. But because, you gotta remember their PID here, the Czechs are only allowed to fire if fired upon. So if the boulder doesn't shoot at them, then the Czechs can't fire back. But the boulder got what it wanted, all right? It got to eat someone, all right? It's gonna be fed for like a month. Boulders have a very slow metabolism, so the boulder's fine. But the boulder also understands there's like a full squad right here. I mean, it's not gonna do anything. Maybe if it's able to reorganize the other boulders down here, you might see a firm resistance, but boulder's probably not gonna try anything, especially against the striker. Let's be honest. So, yeah, Czechs aren't going to screw around with that. They just see that the car has been hit. Boulder's not eating anyone, at least to the knowledge of the Czechs. I mean, we don't know if this boulder is, you know, actually has a body, and it could just be an armor glitch. There might be, like, 5 people in here for all we know. It's just impossible to tell. But that's the same car from the checkpoint earlier. You just never know. So they're firing at the guys from the previous ambush that decided to stick around. I assume they're shooting at this guy, because there's no one off to the left. Now, you have to appreciate that they're Czech and not Americans, because if they were Americans, you'd see 5A10 starting to do massive gun runs on this position. So rather than let air steal all the kills, the Czechs are just going to continue on. Oh, down boulder pass here. You got to be careful. The boulders like it when you go at speed. Oh, there goes the bush. So as you can see, the boulders, the small ones, can screw with your wheels, also make you go airborne and potentially flip you. And if you get flipped out of the vehicle, now, yeah, if the Czechs didn't have this vehicle, they'd be screwed, because the boulders would just swarm them. They're very bullet resistant. The bushes are better at knocking out smaller targets like motorcycles or quad bikes. Another boulder in the middle of the road. Yes, and Hellfire missile strikes from Predator drones. Exactly. gonna do another quick thermal scan. Uh-oh. See, now I gotta wonder, is that just a civilian driving by, or is that a potential VBIED? Let's have a look at that real quick.
I need to pass.
You need to pass, and where are you going?
To my home.
Can you be more specific? Like, where's your home?
To Czech. Okay.
Uj ti říkám.
Hello.
Okay, give me a moment. Dobře, ber si to, Hudo.
Salam alaikum. Cože spěcháte? To nepůjde, potřebuji vaše doklady, šéfe. Říkám, vystupte z vozidla, vypněte motor a vystupte z vozidla. Paráda. Kam jedete, prosím vás, šéfe?
Pryč.
Excuse me.
Ještě jednou?
Pryč.
Pryč? Do jakého města, nebo kvůli čemu tam jedete?
Nebydlím ve městě.
Tak kde jako bydlíte v autě?
Daleko.
Daleko. Výborně. Dobré, máte nějaké doklady osobní u sebe?
Ne, nemám, děkuji.
Jak nemáte, děkuji.
Co?
Dovolil jsem znát. Děláš si... Frajer mi normálně...
Vole.
That man is indeed in a hurry. Good
Why?
God.
Because you are passing through military checkpoint, so I have to search you. I'm sorry, but that is not optional.
You know, this is kind of discrimination. That man was just allowed to blitz through. But this man...
Or any other dangerous
No.
Nothing. No C4, no IEDs.
No.
Okay, do you carrying any weapons?
No.
May I check?
Sure.
Okay, you can put your hands down. Well, okay, you seem to be clear, so you can pass.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Dude, you gotta run. It's a smaller one, you might have a chance. The boulders, man. I'm telling you. This is how they get you. He's bleeding, though, which means he's not going to get far. The boulders know how to smell blood. He just ran through the bush and made some noise. I think he realizes he's screwed. There's a boulder down there. He's now twitching and bleeding. They got him, and they're psionic embrace. It's not good. Habib's in trouble.
Nějakou komunikaci tady s místním borcem na jih.
All right, checking around over here. Uh-oh.
Sokola, jsem to Sokola, kde je Sokol?
Napravo, už u něj to...
Well, so that car was,
Pojď.
Kurva, krvácím.
Actually, tady dvojka.
That guy had every right to be suspicious then. Good God.
Situace, tam vědět, ale...
A nejdřív fixnu tebe, a pak si fixnu sebe.
Hasn't Venet already died? No, it was a different guy. It was Volnik. I was about to say, if he's died twice already, that's just incredibly unlucky. Alright, still nothing else. You got the ANA coming down here. I think they were asked to come over and assist because they've got guys with guns over here.
Rozumím, zajistím okolí. Fajn, moje parta, zajistěte okolí, jo, Lubošku, jich, zbytek, tak nějak ostatní. Peťo, to pak říku, neřešte řešeno. Jo, roste to. Fajn chlapi, já jim nerozumím, já nevím, co říká, takže prosím přikládejte, jo.
Dobře, dobře, salam alaikum.
Peťo, pak říku, zajistěte okolí.
Dobrý
den. Salam alaikum.
Salam alaikum.
Salam alaikum.
Salam alaikum, asi? Můžu
Salam
vnitř?
alaikum. No ano, pojďte. Já mluvím anglicky.
Můžete.
Zdravím, zdravím.
A prosím tě, Martinére, a ty to kryje venku. My tady budeme zátram, jo?
Dark Savek.
Pojďte dovnitř, všichni pojďte dovnitř.
Ah, gotcha, buddy. Alright. I thought the VBIED took you out.
Děkujem.
Za co vděčíme tady ty návštěvě tady. Naši jsou pěkně nervózní, tady chodíte se zbraněma a rušíte tady klid.
Dá se, že za co vděčíte té návštěvě,
Já
že...
mluvím česky. Tady my mluvíme, my rozumíme česky.
Borci, zbraně na záda, jo? Kdo je tady u mě? Tyrone.
Co potřebujete tady, pánové? Kdo tady velitel?
Náš dar.
My jsme se přišli vyptat, jestli náhodou netušíte, nevíte
Vy jste
o nějakých...
velitel?
Dejme tomu, že jsem velitel, ano.
Jste mladý na velitele.
Ty jo, pane, mě je 45.
Mladý velitel.
My jsme se přišli zeptat, jestli nevíte
Máte
náhodou...
obřízku?
Musím odpovědět na tuhle otázku. Nemám.
Tyrone, jelikož si přetem, tak kurva nemáš.
Dobře.
Nemá.
Cože se chtěl zeptat?
My jsme se chtěli zeptat, jestli nevíte náhodou nějaké informace, co se tady po okolí dějou. My jsme semka přišli podpořit vaše lidi a chceme vědět nějaké důležité informace o...
Nevím, my vám vždycky pomáhali.
Takže nic nevíte?
Karlíku, pokud bude...
Ticho, Xavere.
Tady se něco děje někde?
Aby si zvedli zbraně nahoru.
No, ano.
Nevím,
Talibánské
nic,
jednotky
Taliban,
v oblasti...
u nás určitě ne, naši kluci určitě ne z Talibánu.
A nevíte třeba z cizích měst, nedoslechlo se k vám něco?
To je možné, Taliban naštvaný.
A proč nevíte náhodou?
Když sem přišli spousta slibů a nakonec nic, tady nikomu jste všechno, Američani tady naslibovali, silnice, internety, no to všechno to samý. Ze stejného místa všichni pocházíte.
My jsme úplně z jiného kontinentu.
Pane Nazary, máte pravdu? Souhlasím s
Ano.
vámi.
To v tom případě souhlasím i já.
Rád bych se k vám přidal. Bojoval jménu Allah.
Ale.
Allah kaštere.
Pěkná.
Takže nevíte žádné informace, nic, co by se nám hodilo třeba v dalším postupu, máme v plánu.
Pěkná zbraň, pěkná. Můžu si ji nechat?
Ne.
Ano.
Ne.
Je vaše. Ale pokud nám řeknete něco zajímavého.
Já nevím nic tady.
Nevíte nic, žádné důležité informace?
Proč bych vám měl něco říkat, tady rozčilovat Taliban? Podívejte se.
Taliban se nemusí dozvědět, že jsme zlí.
My vás se nebojíme. Bojíme Talibánu.
Tak já to podám jinak. Taliban je oproti nám absolutní nic. A když nám pomůžete, tak vám můžeme přislíbit nějakou pomoc do budoucna, ochranu.
My nechcem sliby.
Dejte
nám něco
Nevíte
teď.
co, vole, tak si to vyřešte sami, kurva.
Dobré, Tyrone, běž do piče, jo?
Naschle, konec diskuzí.
Děkuji, pane Nazary.
Nashledanou.
Děkujeme.
Až tady ale Allah a Nazari.
Panové,
Allah.
jděte, neštvěte ho.
Dobrý? Víme, že Nazari mluví arabsky. Takže jsem zeptal, mluvil si ve jménu Allaha.
RPD man angry. Oh, this is awkward. Jesus. Oh! That guy's now paced. I think this guy was severely underestimating his throw arm there. Or I guess overestimate. Ooh, that's a GP-25 grenade launcher. Do you have that? No? So who fired that? Because I thought the other guy had an RPD. No, he switched his gun out. Excuse me. No, he ran over here and got shot, and he's unconscious now. All right. What community is this? Nomad tells me they're called the Jokers. If you do the ! mission command, you'll be able to see a Discord link, but it's a few different communities doing a coalition-style operation. All right, quickly looking back, I want to just look at the remaining forces here. So I think they're still trying to gather intel from the locals here. They were talking about how the Americans were promising support but never gave anything. You still have this guy twitching out because the rock got him. He's not bleeding anymore though, which I think is a good thing. We're firing down here. This guy's loaded a smoke GL. So if he fired that up, that might actually get all the way over to the fob. Try and hit him.
Ty vole, postarej se o něho, Ogi ke mně. Jak jste na to?
So we have a wounded guy over here, they're trying to patch him up.
So,
yep, so now they're trying to hit this guy from the checkpoint. Oh, the Apache's getting on station. Oh, dear. The MRAP just went airborne.
Hej, ale jako tak teď to odkytili z cesty, že jo, takže...
That guy just got annihilated by the 50 cal. I think they're still firing down here to suppress this one guy. No, the MRAP I think just got armored, to be perfectly honest.
Jo?
Alright, again, you're gonna check around on thermals. Those guys are still there. Apache's up. I thought I heard the Apache fire for a brief second. I don't see anything coming in. I think they're just surveying right now. I mean, they also have thermals too. So if we were to click on this, I think they're looking at the ambush position actually. So look at the gunner's first person perspective. Yeah, he's looking around, just doing a simple survey. So they pulled the MRAP up here. And it is starting to get dark, so we're going to see one of the night ops here. They are going to do a 2-day cycle. So we might see a night attack. I don't have a way to tell time from this interface, I believe. Other than how long the server itself has been up. With this mission.
Takže jestli jste všichni v pohodě, tak my vás dáme dohromady a pojedeme zpátky. Kamo?
Dvě věci, vole, nevím, jak to zařídit, ale ty ačerka místní, ať se bude se stáhnout do piči, bo tady překáží akorát, vole. A ty bunkry jsou úplně na piču, z nich se nedá střílet dolů, vole.
Jo, dobrý, já tě vyměním, běž se ošetřit 2 kuláku, jo? Když tu máme Amerika, využij toho.
Už mám ošetril, ale mám
já Vertex si vyměňuji vachuláka, potřebuje ošetřit, jo?
Vachulák. Pojď ke mně. Mávla. Jo, 5 vteřin.
Alright, so night-wise, I think there's going to be at least one night attack. Maybe the A&A cop will get overrun. But I'm going to look at that position real quick to see if the insurgents have moved in. They have not. I would like to see the cop get taken, though. And then they have to retake it. I think that'd be interesting. But this type of op, I'm going to be honest, it fascinates me because it's a good blend of roleplay and getting a real feel for how stuff is done in the Middle East. Now, granted, it's still a video game. But the way the ambushes have been done so far, the way we've been seeing some longer range engagements, the only non-realistic thing I'd say so far was the initial ambush. Really, when you have convoys, people would just engage from like a click away with like a PKP or an RPK. Those close type of ambushes were super rare. But, you know, just the small amounts of skirmishes with only a handful of dudes here and there, that's pretty realistic to what I've heard is done in the Middle East, so. It's just meant to be light raids or IEDs or ambushes in that sort of sense, so. And then the assailants quickly flee because then air support gets scrambled. Excuse me.
Let's give him a warm welcome, shall we?
Oh.
Jo?
Počkej, co? Co? To je dron, ale proč tady?
Yeah, so that's their Raven drone up here.
Kde ten dron?
Marker Habib. But I would like to see a night attack. I think that'd be pretty awesome. Excuse me. Yeah, exactly, Maximilian. So I just heard that 50 engaged something, but I have no idea what. That was the RPK gunner. He eventually got hit. We just heard an explosion up here, but I'm trying to discern where the attacks are coming from specifically. Alright, so that just means the car has been on. But I don't see anything else or anything new coming around. Oh, hold up. Yeah, with the GP25, so he's harassing the checkpoint up here.
Takhle, byli jsme, já jsem tam před pár minut jsme byli 15
Excuse me. Yep, so I think they just got him in all honesty, yep. That 230 scope on the mini-me, man, it does work.
Bacha, střílí do toho. Ježiši Kriste! No, dobrý?
Ne!
Beno, dej si... Ne.
So that was another grenadier round. Ah, there's a second one up here. So they've been attacking in pairs of 2 or 3 because there's 2 Zeuses on right now. So they've had 2 guys doing RCs at the same time. They're now trying to return fire on him. He's been poking around about right there in the gap in the rocks.
Dobrý, slyšíte mě?
Jo, ne, neslyším.
Klidně tam 2 sporvěsů hoď.
To teď?
Můžeš na vysílačku?
Ne, normálně jako do hry.
Jo, to jo.
Dobrý. Tak je mrtvej. Je tam ještě jeden. Mrtvej.
Takže je tady jenom jedna bedna.
A bolci, nezapomínejte, že pořád musíme kryt ten sektor, jo? Takže ne, že budete všichni přimet jedním směrem.
A dráci zasraní.
Nikde nic. Pravičko. Jojda.
Excuse me.
Dobrý.
Vítej.
Roger.
Hello.
Roger. Měli jsme tady kontakty pár.
Tady zařvi.
Do piči!
They're dicking around with each other.
Já jsem vylez přes tohle.
The fuck?
Tak já zase jdu. Ahoj.
Za mě okej, za mě okej. Ty debile. Kdo to byl? Koho mám prostřel hlavu?
Kráva jsem viděl svůj strach.
Jedna, že? Je to jasný.
Co to bylo, kurva?
Jo, ty to pěkně svítí, to musím uznat.
Bouře?
Jo, bouře.
Oh, here comes the Sandstorm.
Tak aby se hodila ta písnička z vídu.
Now, is this one going to be more severe? You got to remember with the Sandstorm script, though, the AI don't really follow the Sandstorm script parameters. So if you have a long-range firefight and the Sandstorm blows in, the AI will still, especially with LAM suppression, they'll still shoot in that direction. I know in TSB when we had players like Thamiches that were really good with scripting, they made when he ran a Sandstorm, he'd also make it jam your gun if you were firing, like very, very highly likely to jam it, which was pretty cool. But the first time he ran it, it would always jam your damn gun. It was pretty funny. Typical Czech guys.
Já vím, já jsem geniální, že jo?
Já ti vás zase hovno vidím.
quick sandstorm.
Já taky stojí přede mnou.
What?
Halo?
Hej, mně se to, kámo.
Advanced Czech technology.
Počkej, já musím slízt dolů.
So I think he left a box up there for himself. Otherwise, it is starting to get dark. The sun is setting. Gonna give one final sweep on thermals here. So let's hear what these guys are talking about.
No, chcete peníze, chcete zbraně, chcete munici?
Peníze.
Technology, oh, I love it.
Máme peníze někde?
Dobrý, pojď, ale tohle neřeš.
Opakuji, chceme peníze, nechceme nic jiného. Vydrž.
Dobrý, to nemusíš řešit, já to vyřeším.
OK.
Pane stařešina, když vy dostanete peníze, vy řeknete nějaké informace našim přátelům?
Jo, já pomůžu.
To už zkoušeli amici a my nevyšlo.
Dobře, takže pánové, pan stařešina říkal, že my to zařídíme, že dostaneme peníze, tak vám řekne nějaký info. My máme, takže to z vás vyřešíme a dostanete pak nějaký info, jo?
Rozumím.
Tak pane stařešina, tady máte, mi dali Čechové peníze.
Jo.
Tady máte, to by mělo snad stačit na opravu té katedrály.
Vydrž chvíli, tady naši
máte.
To asi vyřeší zatím za nás.
To je jenom do začátku, to nebude stačit, bude potřebovat víc potom.
No, tak to, my vám to pak později dodáme, a tohle je do začátku.
Dobře, vydržte moment.
Kolik bude zbytek?
To zjistíme. Já jsem mu dal zatím...
Kolik chceš bitcoinu za to?
Já jsem mu dal zatím 3.
Takže jsi...
Počkej, Xavere.
No?
A pomůžu nám teda nebo ne?
Pomůžu.
Jo?
Dobrý, vy hodně je naštvali.
Jako v kombatu na
Ale já jsem jim zavolal, oni sem přijedu sem Taliban a všechno se domluví a bude to, domluvíme se s nima, Češi se jim domluví, nějak se jim omluví nebo něco a bude to dobrý.
Tak kde by se měli přijet?
Nevím, jsou na cestě, Taliban jsem zavolal tomu vůdci jejich a on řekl, že sem přijedu.
A to jste jim neměl volat?
A proč ne?
No to jste se měl nejdřív zeptat jako.
Ale se domluví.
Za chvilku sem přijde Taliban pravděpodobně, zavolali.
Tak děkujem teda. My vám pak to zbytek donesem.
Díky.
Dali jsme jim 3 bitcoiny, náš tady africký přítel požaduje 5.
No, hlavně slyšeli jste to, že se má přijet talibánský vůdce a nějak domluvit příměří.
Příměří?
So they're gonna pay the locals to help broker some talks with the Taliban from the sounds of things.
Tak s tím to můžu vyjednávat. Pokud nechceš o tohleto vyjednávat, tak už jsem vyjednal tohleto nejnižší cenu. Mimochodem, talibánští vůdci jedou sem, opakuju, talibánští vůdci jedou sem, aby se vyjednávalo.
Se bych doporučil, ať když tak přijdou sem do města, to mluvím ještě s tím, se stařešinou, ale...
Ještě jednou opakuju. Vydrž chvíli, hnedka dám si trep. Kteří vůdci a kolik prostě sem přijede?
Pane stařešina.
Ano?
Kolik těch vůdců a jaký se mají přijet?
Já nevím, prý sem všichni jedu.
Jak všichni? Jako celý Taliban?
No.
Celý Taliban.
Buď nás zabijou, anebo se domluví.
Ty vole.
Ale stařešina s respektem vám jeblu, ne? Volat Talibánu.
Stejně by sem přišli.
Všichni,
Oni
takže
chtějí
se domluvíme, nebo nás zabijou.
Tak je vezmou a všechno bude dobrý, nám neublíží.
So I'm trying to figure out what that engine noise was. I think that was them moving the Vic around.
Taliban vás nechá.
Taliban je nechá, jste si jistý, 100%.
Vás nechá,
Taliban
opakuju, Taliban přijede s...
Taliban.
One more thermal check here. They're at the next town over right now from the previous one, which means they're also closer to the ANA checkpoint there, excuse me, OP. Actually, no, it'd be more of a cop, my bad. Looking around, no new activity around the AO, nothing coming in. So I think forces are just hunkering down for the night.
stíhaček.
A vy se jako kámošíte s
Vy
Talibanem
s
nebo co?
technikou a se všema chlapama
Já
jste
ne,
byli
kámoši.
někde spoza
Ale
prostě
oni hodný,
horizontu
oni mě neublíží.
a hlídali
Každý, kdo mě
prostě
neublíží,
nás.
hodný.
My se
A tyhle vám pomáhají a oni jim chtějí
vzít s
ublížit.
Palmexem tou nějakou hodnou cestou.
Tak, ale
Big and rich always come to mind. Gosh darn it, Mike, why? Iron Lance, for those who don't know, he's been with me since 2016, like way back in the day. They want 3 bitcoins to talk. Do you think a local Afghani guy has use for bitcoins, to be honest?
Casey?
Toto je prostě divertéra, no.
Jo, promiň. Takže to všechno, co jsme slyšeli,
That dude's derping out.
Taliban.
No.
They're all derping out.
Nevím, ten prej zavolal jako Taliban, prostě řekl, že přijdou všichni, takže je možný, že buď přijdou vole mírově, anebo vás zničit. My vám pomůžeme každopádně s obranou, ale ať jsem najdu s tou technikou do města, nebo jestli chcete
Já vás
ujet.
chápu. Je to naše
Počkej, a co kdybychom počkali někde v pozadí a on by nám dal potom signál, že jsou friendly.
No.
Ne, tady nemůžeme být.
Martin, zjistíme,
to je
co to bylo za zvuk,
zbytečný
tu
risk.
Teď?
To je vítr nebo co?
Zní to tak, no. A zároveň to zní jako motor, vole. Excuse me.
Jo, Palmexi.
No.
Já bych to vzal a vyřešil bych to s tímhle způsobem, že pokud, že by první šel jako borec, který představí.
Ale můžeme...
No, to už síčí tenhle týpek.
No, to tady sičí úplně,
Hele,
ale to
můžeme...
Ano, dobře, Huntre?
Můžeme tady být s nima pak, něco domluvit a pak, aby si sem přišli.
Dobrý, hele, počkej.
Jo, určitě, momentík, Casey.
Čekej.
Viděl bych tohle tu akci v téhle noci, jo? Že půjde asi stařečina, protože on to kurva zařídil, jo?
Hele, už jedu, ty vole, tamhle jde auto. Poši, být vám, abych se klidil a my to tady zkusíme domluvit, kdyby něco tak vás zavoláme.
Schováme se, pokud ne, budeme okamžitě připraveni.
Kolik zavere, zdrame.
Dobrý, jdeme dáněte. Martinere, Hunter do auta, otočte to sem.
Pojď do toho baráku, třeba.
Alright. So I'm wondering, because the sun is now setting, when those forces are going to start moving back over to their fob. Oh, God. Oh, that was a rocket car. Freaking rocket hillux from 3CB Factions.
Ne, to byla naše základna, vole.
Oh my God. I'm having chat translate for me. Yeah, Taliban coming to talk about peace. Yeah, this does not really look that peaceful. Here's the thing, that will eventually reload though. They've got, I think, 2 or 3 more magazines for it, quote unquote. Well, it's just showing you how the Taliban want to negotiate. They want those 3 bitcoins. Then again, it's the locals that want them, I think. I believe the Taliban negotiation party is quite clear over there. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, no. The ANA appear to be blasting off again. Quite severely, in fact. Superior in technology. I don't think there's any survivors. Yeah, no, they all respawn because this Vic is, this Vic is a few kilometers away at this point. Yeah, they're all dead. Okay, well, let's go ahead and look at the ANA here in their burning camp. They're now trying to run back. The, looks like they dismounted the vehicles, so that means the Taliban forces are okay there. Is that a BRDM coming in? Oh, dear. I agree. I think the negotiations have indeed concluded. Yeah, this BRDM's about to... Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, lights off. It means it's aggroed. Oh, no, 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 no. I understood that. That was holy shit. These are some pretty difficult negotiations here. Yeah, that Dishka could smoke that BRDM. Here comes the striker. So dismounts have just come out. What was that? Was that a rocket?
Sorry.
Yeah, he shot over it, unfortunately. Now these guys getting shot from over here because they're in the open. He's crippled. Another shooter over there. He got hit too. Holy shit translates universally. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that statement. So, quickly just looking on the thermal camera, looks like there's nothing specifically attacking the FOB up here. This is just a massive push on the A&A compound. I was expecting to see something like that tonight. There goes the rocket hillocks. And we're seeing a lot of armed forces movements all around here. Looks like these guys were previously engaged. They're still starting to crawl in. We've got some vehicles exploding. That, I believe, was one of the hillocks. The Dishka hillocks from earlier. And they're hitting the hostile forces here. That guy we just heard scream.
Dobrý, jdu k vám do města, jste tam ještě?
He's trying to run back, immediately gets shot at.
Asi dostal se to jak kráva.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot around here. But I think the Czechs have done the most realistic thing I think any military presence in this country would do is pull back to their FOB and chill and let the A&A deal with their own problem. Oh my god. It's sad, but realistic.
Southwest.
Now, normally we try to keep the chat English, but because we're covering a Czech event, obviously we'll allow for the Czech language to be said in chat here. Just let me know if it's anything interesting.
My ani nevíme, kde jsou.
Jsou na kopci, na tom FOB Sparta.
Dobrý, tak stavím se, pojďte.
Já jsem se roztrhnul, počkej.
A taky.
Yeah, so they're doing medical. I'd assume they have reopening wounds. Oh, now we're starting to see something coming up over here. Might have been a single armed shooter there. But I'm not seeing any forces in formation. You also notice some of the bodies are starting to go cold, like the ones over here. There was a dude all the way up here. He got taken out. Now you're seeing more long-range shots. Was that AT or was that like a rogue tracer? Oh, that's an SPG-9. Uh-oh. 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 Whoa, that's going high. Bye, Felicia. Lower. You gotta aim lower. So I'd imagine that is an SPG-9 techie or possibly a static up here. Oh, that's a BMP fire. Oh. Oh, that's evil. It's firing those rockets up top. But here's the thing, is I think it might still be bugged where it disables the turret, so you can't properly aim the that ATGM there. Oh, gosh. The ANA are now getting shot at by, pretty sure someone just died, yep. Ah, yes, Miss PID. Truly. Oh dear. Truly realistic.
Já ho vyberu a zatím ošetrím, jo?
Jo, ošetři, jo.
So that BMP is now firing. You can hear it firing in the distance. That just knocked somebody out. There's another missile. Gunship needs to look over yonder. I thought that came in short, but it looks like the tracer just ran out. See some gunfire down there. It's because the infantry are slowly starting to surround this cop. Oh, they brought a BTR-40 up here. Where's that air support when you need it?
No to je, já jsem řval, aby vás nestříleli. Omlouvám se.
No, zabili jste nám člověka, děkujeme vám.
Nikdo vám neodpovídal.
No, pardon, já bohužel vlastně všichni.
So you still got that BMP over there. Sun's still setting. BMP otherwise keeping quiet.
Teď je tady.
Jo, no. They're looking around. Trying to find what might be shooting at them from over there. You got people starting to equip those big bulky night scopes on their guns too.
Určitě tam je někde mezi těma šutrákama tam. Kurva nejma.
2 kilometry budou taky hodně jako podle mě.
Uh-oh.
Teď já vidím raketu s kama to letí. Taky. Někde north.
Ah, a reverse round. Oh. Oh dear. Oh. Oh my. I don't know if that was engaging the chopper. Nope, there appears to be some server desync. That's not good. I can't imagine what would be causing it though. You know, we're under 40 players for this scenario. Maybe the Zeus spawned something on accident. Server will stabilize in another 30 seconds, give or take. Uh-oh, Apache shooting. So I think it's shooting at the rocket hillocks that was up here. No, there's a buildup of infantry. Oh dear. Yeah, they didn't really live that long, Chief. Got the Dishka now coming up on that BTR-40. They're still up here looking around for it.
Tak někde tam bych řekl.
They just get hit with smoke artillery? Airburst smoke rounds of some sort. Huddle up in the mortar shelter. Ah, someone didn't make it. Oh dear. So I just heard that launch some sort of ATGM. It's an evening attack, not necessarily a night attack. We had a 50 cal Land Rover drive up. We have a vehicle all the way down here that they're lasing because you can see the little infrared dot. And there's the ATGM impact. And there's the dismount. There's the Dishka on the BTR-40 coming up as well. A little bit more decent going on. That's unfortunate. Yeah, it's still too bright for me to switch to night vision. So now I'm just trying to look around and find... Yeah, it would be over here where that BTR, or BMP was, excuse me. Pay for Pain is in 3 hours. There's the BMP. Still hasn't been abandoned yet. Looks like it pulled back a little bit. And we will hopefully be able to bully the player base with emus. So they're firing down at the BTR-40 there. They just picked off the gunner, and they got a really good GL on the BTR-40 there. But it was only HE. If it was HEDP, it probably would have killed the driver. Czech emus in the Liru verse. My god. So I don't know if he's trying to now drive away because his gunner got hit. Oh, they just took out the rest of his wheels, so he got out and immediately was taken out. Why is there a civilian running up to the cop? Oh, there goes the Vic.
Kdo to je? Halo?
Pomoc!
Kdo jste?
Pomoc!
Stůjte.
Půjde. Kdo se nahoru?
Jak šel daleko?
Pro něj.
Vypadá to jako civil, kryju tě.
Oh, I was about to say, fucking Houdini! Uh-oh. Oh, that was a man pad. Ah, dude got one of them iglas.
V pohodě. Co to bylo?
Massive weapon cache in there. Looks like Apache found and destroyed that BMP. They brought him in. They're working on the guy that was outside for the mortars. How did I get in the comments in on a Czech scenario? One of the Zeuses, he's not shown right now because I think he has a virtual Zeus client, who also organizes these events. His name's Nomad. I met him in OFCRA. And a few months ago, he asked me if I wanted to spectate a Czech coin op, which was it was a coalition of a few smaller Czech communities, and they had like a 40 or 50 person operation. And it was pretty fun. It was a good 3 hours or so. They were still going when I had to leave for something else. But he asked me about a month and a half ago if I wanted to cover this, and I told him, yeah, sure. So now we're covering this event. I thought it would start at 2 p.m. Turns out it started at noon, which is even better because I know they have really long events, so it won't cut into Pay for Pain. Defending McDonald's from emus when we already have a few emu op ideas because of Pay for Pain today. I've been working on how to make emus land on the beaches of Normandy for D-Day. I've figured out 2 ways to do it, but if you want to see more emu ops, you're going to have to pay more on Pay for Pain, because we already have a handful ready to go. It works, alright? That's all you need to know. Mildly curious, how do you think the players are faring with real-world aspects while playing? What do you mean by that, Mr. Bug? Do you mean how realistic is this scenario? Because I'm going to be honest with you, it's not. Like, they're treating it with the most realism that they can, from what I've seen from most player bases in comparison, but it's still very unrealistic in the sense that they're sacrificing realism for playability. Like, you wouldn't see BMP-1s charging, you wouldn't see these massive amounts of attacks. Realistically, like, it's only just IEDs and mild ambushes or, you know, shooting from over a click away. It's all meant to be fun. But I would say, in terms of a quote-unquote realistic approach to life in general compared to the more casual ways you can do this, it is definitely on that realistic side. But look at that, now it's starting to get dark. It's not, and then how do I put it? No one really cares about the politics. I mean, people are just here to play a video game because it's their time to spend on the internet, you know? However they'll spend that free time's up to them. But now we can go to night vision. Time is definitely accelerated because you can literally tell that we're, you know, spinning on a planet right now because of how quick the stars are moving. I will also say this, I got approval from my home group at TSB. We are going to do some, 7 hours later. That is dangerous. That is very dangerous. That's how you arm a Vix and have him fly into space. There we go. We are going to do some Ukrainian-themed ops starting on hopefully Monday, if not Tuesday. And we're going to turn it to a fundraiser. Because I want to try to turn my platform into something that can do a little bit of good during these trying times. We'll talk more about that on a video I'll post on Sunday, but that's something for a later date. It's going to be so it's between Ukrainian Red Cross and actually no, International Red Cross and another group right now, but I think it's going to be the other group, but I'm still doing my field research on it. But again, that is discussion for another time. So I don't see anything out there right now. The remaining people out here are just civilians that are caught out in the open. It's a lot darker because there's no light. So when you put on thermals, you just only see the body heat of things. Not the heat of stuff on the ground, which is what would otherwise give this form other stuff. Same with the other camera. Because you gotta remember, thermals, you know, picks up heat. So the sun makes the ground hot with its rays. So if there's no, you're kidding me. Oh my gosh. The Apache has gone down at the airfield and they're replacing it real quick. I just saw that quick spawn. Oh, that's funny. The Apache got taken out. I blame the boulders. The boulders take out cars. The boulders come out of the ground. They take out Apaches as they land, you know. Absolutely horrible. But thank you for that notice, Jose. So again, Shimon, I'm one of those guys that likes to try every little thing, and if I like it, I'll do it again. If I didn't like it, I'll try it 1 or 2 more times after to see if I still don't like it, but... Oh, Sandstorm coming in. Let's see how it affects visibility on nods here. Yeah, the bushes too, right? The evil bushes.
Jo, dvě kola můžete opravit.
Yeah, Zeus's will be nice and, you know, fix stuff that gets armored because that's stuff that can't be helped. I will also say the Zeus's in this scenario are nicer on the more casual fights, but when they want to really swarm something like that A&A checkpoint and outright just rocket barraging that thing, the mortars too, like they're harsh where they need to be to deliver that level of realism. Now that mortar barrage itself needed some more time if you wanted to accurately and realistically do a mortar barrage. It needed more time between rounds, like another second or two between when the rounds would hit. And then between the smokes and then the actual HE rounds coming in to coordinate with the spotter to affect BDA. Effectively, you know, conduct BDA, excuse me. It needed some more time to just accurately say, okay, yep, they hit properly, now launch the HE. Because it was only like a 10-15 second difference, which means that mortar would have been like not point blank, but it would have been relatively close by. And this is just a sandstorm that you're hearing. But I've noticed they cut out a lot of the smoke effects, or excuse me, the sandstorm effects of the sandstorm itself. So they just get the audio instead for some wind, which is kind of nice. But yeah, for those of you that are newer and don't know what we're talking about on the boulders, let's see if they're still there. Yeah, okay, so they deleted that one vehicle, but this one hit a smaller one, and the guy ran out, and now he's gone. So yeah, the boulders have claimed their second victim, because I can't see this man anymore. He's not on thermal either. Yeah, no, they ate him. So, boulders have collected another. Damn, it's windy out here. Gosh darn it. So now we're making jokes that the boulders appeared on the airfield to take out the Apache. They're getting more bold.
Apache?
Reminds me of the Tremors movie. Yeah. I can see that, Wild Fox. I can see that. Oh. So, this would mean that there's 3 mortars firing smoke rounds like this. The way, how quickly these rounds are hitting. And there's so there's like a full-on battery of mortars to be hitting all these targets at once. What you would probably see here is if they wanted to hit all 3 of these positions, you'd see usually the speed of a mortar firing is thunk, thunk, thunk. So you'd have to have boom. Yeah, so even that third one was a little quick compared to that first one. So I get he's just trying to make a cinematic thing here. Because, you know, it's not 100% realistic. Why do we have lights over here? Are these just random street lights? I'm also trying to see if I can find the mortar position. But I think that's just cinematic to, I'm not sure if there even is one, but yeah, no, they're going to do a night attack. Oh, that's a lot of infantry. So, you know, it's... Alright, so we got a squad coming down that road. We got 2 squads coming down over here. I don't see anything else coming from any other directions. So it is realistic to, you know, start with artillery and then proceed with, you know, infantry or armor. But, you know, it's just calling out the differences between, you know, realism and whatnot. Is Luton Zeusing or something? Shut up. I actually... Before Luton started going super, super crazy with artillery, I did really like his artillery mindset. He would have certain hilltops pre-ranged. He took a lot of time to like actually have a battle plan for the enemy to say, okay, we have this mountain pre-ranged, so we don't have to do any ranging shots. We already have it zeroed in. We know what the settings are to hit it on the mountaintop. Now we got some flares coming up. I don't know if those were launched by enemy or friendly. To initiate the attack, but we got that squad coming up the road. And then this force, I mean, that is really close. We're going to have a little bit of night fighting here. But I really liked his artillery strategy before he started going super, super cruel with it. But if you wanted the artillery barrages to be more realistic, you'd probably like pre-fire the mortar a few times to get some ranging shots in. You then confirm a few ranging shots with smokes. And then you go from there. But for those that don't know, he used to be the top Zeus for Arma 3 back in like 2015, 2016. And we got some armored vehicles coming in, good God. But yeah, now he does exclusively 40K content. Great AT hit there that hit the side of that BRDM, excuse me. Another AT came in, slammed on the side of the BRDM, destroying it, and that also disabled and is causing cook-off damage on that BTR. I hear a BMP. Yeah, so I see something back here. That might be the BMP. It's BMP-1 coming up. Air support's grounded right now, so they're stuck to fend for themselves. Now you're having this main attack starting. So one squad's been sent, the other one's being held in reserve. One squad is actually getting killed where those two vehicles got destroyed. So for now, they are dealing with this, but now we're starting to see some follow-up attacks from a different direction. PKM came up. We have a car filled with dudes also getting engaged. And the Sandstorm starting up again. So some of the rounds are hitting the top of that and they were ricocheting upward. Yeah, I know, right? We are seeing quite a few armored vehicles. That's where, again, from a realistic standpoint, they wouldn't have a lot of that. No area would have this amount of activity. And if it did, there would be, you know, just a massive garrison by it. But again, it's the sacrifices of realism for fun and having an event that, you know, people want to play. Because no one wants to have a fully realistic op. Because a fully realistic op, in all honesty, would be on the map Lithium. The two air bases, one on the north, one on the south. They're 20 kilometers from each other. And then having like a 50 vehicle convoy from the southern airbase to the northern airbase, and then during that 20-kilometer trip, you would have maybe 1 or 2 IEDs, and then one instance of one guy with an RPK shooting at the convoy from like a kilometer and a half away on a ridgeline, and then after like one box, he would just go away. That's your general day-to-day. Once on a very rare blue moon, you'd have a full-on ambush.
Tak aby se to oni nestihli odvízt s tím strikerem, tady prosím tě, ser na to. Doufám, že jenom nebouchne, vole.
But again, people aren't here to play realism to its fullest extreme extent. People are here to play something that's enjoyable to them, taking some aspects of realism.
Bylo by lepší toho tam k šutrům, aby nám to nebouchlo vevnitř, když tak.
You're hearing more AT firing.
Odtáhni to za auto, jo, ať tam to nebouchne vevnitř.
Whew. There's the Sandstorm engine. So the BMP-1 made it up here. The gun appears to have been disabled. RPG was just fire that went over the target, but yeah, no, the gun's up. Or gun's down, excuse me. But I'm gonna be honest, from a spectator perspective, this would be a type of op I'd like to play at least, like, you know, once, maybe twice at most a month. You know, a nice blend of realism, interaction with roleplay, and, you know, you still get to shoot shit. I can think of a lot of people that would enjoy something like this. So they're picking off Romanian infantry moving around over there.
Šlaku? Já jsem z bandáže, mám na tom. Jo, ne, jenom jste protože jo, podle toho
So you still see some guys up down here looking on thermals. They've been mostly thinned out. You see a lot of them prone. Night attacks, man. I have never touched No Man's Sky. Don't have an interest. It shocks people sometimes, but Arma 3 is just... I've dived fully into what Arma 3 is, and I don't really enjoy playing any other games, with the exception of picking something up occasionally, like DayZ. Recently, I've been having a Borderlands 2 binge because some people have been playing that, and they invited me to play along. Deep Rock Galactic I occasionally touch just to take a break from my work. You know, just do a quick run, solo, 20 minutes. Gives your brain a nice break. Because anyone playing any one specific video game for an extended period of time is going to burn themselves out. Trust me, I would now. So it's good to vary it with other activities. But Arma, in terms of what I do, is more than enough for me. How do I think Arma 4 Zeus's will look like? No idea. The closest thing we have... Amazing. Amazing. Alright, so that was the night attack there, now skipping the morning. The closest thing we have right now is the DayZ editor. Literally clean. Shut up, Falcon. Oh my god. A game that mixed Arma and, say, Foxhole's Persistent Never-Ending World. Nightmare, wouldn't that be something like, an Arma 3 Alive server? Then again, it would still be finite to the map itself, but I'd imagine if you were to set up an Alive server on a map like, oh my gosh, what's that 40 by 40 map? That really massive one? Denoland. I mean, that one, good god. I'm watching the chat. Yes, contact with an admin who is in direct link to Liru. I mean, if you mean an admin on the server, I have no contact with Nomad right now. They're just kind of doing their own thing. I love how we have an RPG, a Carl Gustav, and I think the team leader just slowly breaching this. Does he have an MG? No. So it's just 3 riflemen checking this area. But yeah, no, for when the rare times where I spectate, like once every 3 to 4 months on exclusively Czech operations, apparently, no, I read chat a lot. But when I'm Zeusing, I tend not to read chat as much, except if it's a pay for pain op, in which case I am literally watching chat in the op like 50-50, because I'm entertaining your requests after all. But in general, when I'm Zeusing, I don't really read chat too much because I'm too busy microing, you know, anywhere from an 8 to 60 man operation by myself. And no, I don't need help because that's what I love doing. But when I'm playing on the ground, I usually interact with chat a lot until combat hits, and then of course when the gunshots start going, I focus on that, and then when we have a break, I'll interact with chat again. But I'll occasionally glance. But yeah, no, these guys are combing around, looking at the map. I think they got everyone. I'm not seeing any stragglers, not seeing anyone in the default prone animation on thermals. Everyone up here got killed off. Their bodies aren't even on the thermal tracker anymore. Everyone over here is down. Yeah, it's a car that ran off the road. Looking around, we do have some stuff a little further back. I think this is an earlier... No, so that's another group that just came in. I think that checkpoint engaged. Yep, I think everyone's down. So again, it's been a good mix of roleplay and shooting for the most part. Now you just have civilians all around. You might have a few armed guys down here unless they pulled away. Nope, those guys have all thrown their guns down. That BMP got hit earlier in the night by the Apache. I think we're clear. For the most part, that's an unarmed guy. Now, of course, we still have some armed guys in the village here, but they're friendly, so. How's that helicopter doing? Yeah, I haven't seen the helicopter. I thought I saw it get replaced, but I guess not. So, they're now off the helicopter. Big oops. Oh, well. So now let's go and just listen to them locally here. Guess let's do it from the FOB POV. With the ANA guys.
Okay. Hey. Ah!
I sense spending spree and another horde of emus. Yeah, well.
Mezi tím, protože se tam tak trochu zdecimovali to auto, ve kterém se nás málem zabili a nemáme už nic.
Přečte. OK, jižně od Šty.
Sorry about that small sneeze fit. What do we need? Flavit saying a goth GF? Shush. He's right, but shush. Thank you. Yeah, sometimes I try to make sure my sneezes don't get caught on stream, but they're very loud, unfortunately. So A&A are not talking with the Czech guys here again. Did I ever do any Syrian war stuff like FSA versus Syrian army? No, because a lot of ops are, at least in TSB where I host a lot of my operations and I have access to, you know, my bulk of the player base. Usually people are always doing something with the modern or main mod set. And I try to be a little more exotic in some of my operations to allow for a little bit more variability. That's also why the numbers usually get so high, is because I offer that variability. But at the same time, if we go into other mod sets that we have in TSB, I always lose people. Because people don't want to download other mod sets, but I digress. The answer is no. I have a massive amount of operations. I think it's now up to like 268 pages on a Word document of just various different types of op concepts or one-off ideas, one-shots, you name it. And occasionally I'll pull from there if I can't think of anything, but usually I'm just caught up in campaigns or one-offs that I've already thought of. Sneeze like a DMR and then don't stop till you're out of it. No, I'll have sneezing fits too. It happens.
Zavolej mi ho přes vysílačku.
Oh, those are footsteps. I thought those were distant gunshots. I'm like, alright, what's going on to the checkpoint? Nope, just a dude running up.
Vesnice. Je to 1200 a je to z kopce. To by si teoreticky mohl být lehce schopný trefit.
Lehce?
Alright, translators, go.
No, neříkám lehce, jako bude to těžké to trefit, ale...
Does everyone go to pay for pain tonight have the correct mods? I mean, they should. I verified that keying is on, and I have removed all of the keys that aren't relevant to that mod set, so there's no way in hell people are getting on with the wrong mods tonight. Then even then, I'm going to open the server up a little early and just test the emus and the parasites to make sure we don't have those desync spikes.
Přesně tak. By the way, vítr ti teďkon fouká i dopředu k ním, takže to prostě tu kulku
I don't know what they're gonna airstrike though, because their Apache's gone, so...
Ale buď si vyber borce, který je teď statický, anebo si potom vyber statický cíl, ten si nastřel přesně a můžeš potom střílet jak chceš.
I know they have a Reaper drone, or excuse me, a Falcon drone. Reaper would be much bigger. Falcon drone can, you know, you can hold in your hand. Reaper drone, little bit bigger. A lot bigger.
Takhle to celý, já se tady opřu a bude to.
No, teď o to se opři někde.
That guy's unarmed. I don't know what they're pointing out. Maybe they see movement. I do see, oh. They're probably talking about this. Yeah, so this is, that's Bushti. That's the town they were talking about earlier that's really, really hostile to, the player base. Oh, here are the mortars that have been firing at them. Yeah, okay, so close enough wise. Even then, the mortars are still, they gotta be a little bit slower in pace. But yeah, 3 different mortar tubes for one to attack each position. Makes sense. And that being the op, the cob, and the cob, good God. The op, the fob, and the checkpoint. Got a pair of dudes coming down here, I guess, checking. That's really dangerous.
Jo, ty vole. Prosím, dej mi to zasraný svolení.
Heard someone start yelling over here.
Já bych ten kemp celý vymazal.
They're choosing targets, yeah, that makes sense.
Kámo, dej to RPG do prdele, pan Maxi, vole.
Pičo, mi sklípte, Joku.
Jej! Ale Emre píči, vole, zbytek Emre pod píči.
Cobb Combat Operation Base. I don't think that actually exists as a turn. It's meant to be a COP, which is a combat Overwatch point or something.
Tak na co čekáš?
Zbourat, vole.
Like they have the range from there, in all honesty. But now I think the attacks on this position are going to cease because now they're going to be told to start staging to probably go out and clear out that artillery position. Oh.
Salam alaikum.
Salam alaikum. Salam alaikum, co potřebujete?
Já jen domů.
Kam domů?
Do vesnice Bozakeo.
Yeah. Budeme vadit, pokud pohledám vaše vozidlo?
Ne.
Bojně.
Já čistý občan, já nemám nič.
No tak to se nemáte čeho bavit v případě.
Pojďte se dál, pojďte ke mně, pojďte dál toho vozidla.
Ano, ano, ano.
Klidu, nedělejte prudký pohyby. Když se vám to nebude vadit, tak bych vás rád prohledal, šéfe. Já vím, že jste čistý, není problém, jo? Takže mi dejte když tak ruce nahoru, prosím vás. Šéfe, a co máte tu vysílačku u sebe?
Vysílačka?
No, vysílačka.
To ne vysílačka, to Nokia, to mobil.
To je mobil, jo.
A jak mám já volat domů? Ženy, děti. Mám 3 děti.
Jste říkal, že nic nemáte, ne?
To trestné?
To není trestný, jestli máte jako Nokia, tak jako to nikoho ještě nezabilo, ale...
No, mná žena zabít, keď dojdem neskoro domů.
Jo takhle. Chápu, no. To každá. Vidím, že to máte všichni stejně.
Ale Hudo, to je fakticky vysílačka, anebo to je mobil?
Je to vysílačka.
No tak ho zajistí.
Jeho nebo tu vysílačku?
Chceme vysílačku zajistit zavolal.
A jak já se dorozumět do ženu? Já musím volat domů.
Pane, jste v Afghánistáně.
No, jsem? Já tu žiju. Ty.
What the heck? This chucklehead just tried to run the checkpoint and he got shot at and swerved off. And now he's unconscious. Well, that's not a good sign. Alright, well, A&A are down there. I'm looking for more thermal activity that's new and I haven't seen yet so far. I don't see anything else approaching. So I think it's just some minor checkpoint stuff at the moment. This guy's bleeding. He's quickly fixing that.
Dobrý, můžete dát ruce dolů.
Those two guys have walked all the way over here. I guess to check out this SPG-9 car. I didn't even notice this earlier.
Můžu to kolo odstranit.
Huh. So, are they taking his radio away? I can't even have a radio. Yes, it's because it's Afghanistan. Uh-oh. Was that a mortar? Or was that... Long-range AT? I love how these guys have opted to get out of their fortified position and instead are in a ruined fob building. Crazy Czechs. He has a radio, but he's convincing them that it's a phone. I mean, you could always take the cell phone object from RHS that's used to detonate IEDs and use that as a phone.
Nechybí granát. Obrna základnici.
Rozumím, to je všechno, co spotřebujete konec.
Říkám, reálně já to obrna můžu zahodit.
Kdy ve?
Yes.
50 mi dej do práce kratší.
Jinak, jestli budeš ti předat, Dave, jsi to ještě? Dave? Jestli budeš ti předat toho strikera, tak mi to pak dej vědět včas, jo?
Asi si vytáhněte z toho věci, já to asi předám.
Dobře. Bednu máme venku.
Dobre, řekni Daveovi. Vylezí.
Ale na budku, ale to bude přešučovat strikera, jo? Takže...
Typical Czech guys. It's the PFOB, the party forward operating base. Looks like they've been marking everything here. I assume Minomet means mortar. 2 technicals, 1 Ural. Show their dismounts.
Okay.
And they're working on trying to save this guy. Something about the striker again? When isn't it about the striker?
Má 94.
Má puls?
Mám puls.
Banger,
Pojď, jenom má... Tak, víš co, já vezmu.
Počkej. Já už mám CPR a můžeš ho vzít.
Jo. To auto asi jako necháme, vemte z něho ty kola, prosím vás.
Já musím fixnout sebe, protože jsem skočil z budovy, skurvený. Tak jdem, bráško.
Dobrý, hele, mám kolo. Jedno. Mitfaj, vezmeš i to druhý?
Já půjdu s Toxim.
Jo, běž Toxim, já beru to kolo.
No tady pokryju.
Hej, jdeme z Nortu, mám cyklistu ošetřený ostatní zemí.
Yeah, so they're picking him up and bringing him back. They're also taking his wheel. Can't have shit at the Czech fob, man. Totally not Googling words, yeah, right? Can we pay to have boulders consume players during pay for pain? Unfortunately, it's too late for me to make any additions. I was recommended a few mods last second to add, but I already published the mod set and I didn't want to release a hotfix for it. So we'll see them next pay for pain.
Nech ho tam.
Are they disturbing this guy while he's napping? That's not nice. Let the man sleep. It's a rough night. Why do I hear a plane? Oh, it's a helicopter. I doubt that's a Taliban helicopter. Who just shot? Oh no, they're shooting over here. There's a crippled guy walking up. Oh, they still have this guy that they cable tied, and they. Oh, okay, that's a defender. All right. So we still have the AI over here. I have no idea what they were shooting at all the way over here. All right, so I'm gonna stick around for about 1 more hour, by the way, and then I gotta go set up for pay for pain. Do I understand Czech? Nope, but we have a lot of wonderful people here translating for me, and that beeping is the Raven drone that's landed. Landed outside the perimeter. So yeah, this is the Raven. I don't allow it in TSB because for whatever reason, every time it's been used, it causes massive desync, and I have no idea why. Now you have this guy who's limped up here. He's bleeding, so they might send some guys over there to pick him up and give him medical aid. I'd imagine they're planning to go out and take that fob as well. Or excuse me, go hit that position where the mortars are.
Nesmí se ty baráky zničit do nějaký UNESCO, nebo co si je to důležitý pro zdejší kulturu, jo?
Píči. Já už jsem dole naplánoval RP Golf, na to RP Golf podél tady té cesty by mohli někdo utvořit jeden z našich týmů palebnou linii a druhý tým by to mohl byl takhle zprava flanknout. Dokola, co říkáš?
Počkej.
Máte tu už ten mina...
Já už to řekl, co jsem se routil.
Dokole je tu už ten váš MREP?
Jo, my jsme ho tady nechávali, já jsem si MF na ten checkpoint
máte v tom něco, co potřebujete si vzít sebou?
Možná jako nějaký rakety si z toho vezmeme jinak jako.
Fajn, ještě tím pár minut důležitýho.
Tak, povídej plán, prosím tě.
Velice, myslel jsem, že z toho RP Golf, co jsem tam zaznačil, tady by mohl jeden tým utvořit palebnou linii.
This position as a rally point up here. It looks pretty clear, but they are probably going to send their forces over to go take that one position. Right, Hotel Room. Yeah, I'd imagine getting smacked by one in the face probably wouldn't kill you, but it would probably hurt.
Živýho, jo, prosím tě, Xavere.
Mimochodem, kamže jedem?
Na toho civila, co se tamhle vzdává.
Kamu,
400 metrů.
Já už vidím.
Se vzdává, jo? Azimut 260.
Já už vidím, jak civilovi zavolá náhle telefon, že mu maminka volá, pičo na oběd, vole, a Dandy ho skropí AGSem, vole.
Ty jsi naivní, ty si myslíš, že maminka by volala svýmu synkovi tady, jo, něco?
Jo, já už jenom vidím, jak Dandy, vole, bude v tom, za tím AGSem 30 metrů od toho. Nikdo nic nebude vědět a ne, plum, vole.
Full auto in buildings.
Kámo, já už to úplně vidím. Oni nemají AGS.
Nebuguj se tam. Myslíš, že ti všechno projde, jo?
Might have been this one guy they were shooting at earlier too, it's hard to tell. Yeah, if he doesn't get any notification, he's gonna start driving.
Máme tady auto, vole. Jo, říkám. Good high. Čau, bro.
No one was out here, so he's like, okay, I'm just gonna go.
Všichni máme jiná bičko?
Já nevím.
Checkpoint defense. Thankfully, it wasn't an IED. I mean, that would have been, or a VB IED, excuse me. That would have been very bad. All right, looks like some crews are mounting up in the, I think this is a, it looks like a Navstar MRAP, but I could be wrong. They're probably something else. Smart driver. I mean, he was cautious about it. He's like, there's no one here. Okay, I'm gonna keep driving. It's a checkpoint. God damn it, Flavit. God damn it. Oh. I'm not gonna ban him for it, but.
Jo, aha. Počkej, co? To je mrtka, to byla léčka pojebaná.
Krej mě!
Ty kokote, ty jsi mě ale střelil, vole.
Nestřelil jsem tě, pičo.
No to jo.
Hej, neléči se a kryj tu sračku na silnici, já na ní nemůžu mířit.
That freaked him out.
Kote, vole.
To je ty čuráku.
Všichni vevnitř?
Negativní. Dovnitř. Jeden zpátky.
What a GL on him. Good. They really don't like that man, but at the same time, I think he's already dead after the explosion went off, so... Whew. I think they got him. They're laughing about it now, good God.
Zle UNESCO.
Jo.
Můžu si ho
Dobrý, já mám 5 zásobů.
Alright, so I imagine they're going to now gather up and probably mount a coordinated attack on that village. Alright, so we're more than likely going to see an attack staged on this town down here. Probably with the goal of knocking out that mortar position. There's a good amount of defenders here, about 24, give or take. Again, they're not allowed to enter any building as long as, unless they get shot at from it. Then they're allowed to breach and clear, so I imagine all these guys are going to be hostile to them because intel that they received from a neighboring town told them that everyone in this town is hostile towards them. Including the civilians, but they're not going to do anything major. And something... That was artillery. And, it's a, okay, so a VBIED just drove up, and now there's artillery coming in. Oh, dear. Yeah, so no one manning the checkpoint. Now you got this poor bastard hiding. They've brought up a BRDM. This is just reaffirming the fact that the Czechs need to go out and clear that mortar position. Hanging out in the ruins again, yeah, right? Who needs artillery safety areas when you've got the ruins of a fob that you can hide in?
Hunter, couvej plná.
So I think Alpha 1-5, they were the first guys at the fobs. Now Alpha 1-4 is staying back, so these guys are going to go out and hit that position, I'd assume. This is why they weren't in the fob. Ah, yes. See, the Taliban are going to engage fortified positions, but if we go to blown out positions, then the Taliban won't engage us. Perfect. Flawless logic.
Azimut 260 off-road.
watching the vehicles slowly come in here. Yeah, Max, I feel you. That's another reason why I'm stepping up my Zeusing for the next few days. I'm still taking Sunday off. Bloodwing got a promotion at work, or not a promotion, a raise. So we're celebrating that. But I'm also going to use the evening of that to work on how I'm going to really maximize my streaming over the next few days after on the week. So.
Yeah?
Oh god, they're using this as the body bag room. That's messed up. All right. Oh, please don't hit each other. Yeah, maybe they want to fold. Okay, no, they already folded the outer ones up. Maybe the striker wasn't the best idea to bring because it's a minesweeper, you know? I get that they're trying to maneuver around to, you know, attack this from a different angle so they don't see the vehicles driving down the MSR, but at the same time, I don't think the boulders are going to take too kindly to you plowing the female boulders here, all right? The male boulders can get very, very territorial if you try to plow the bigger female ones, you know? It's not a good idea. I think these guys are laughing at him. They're gonna drive around. Oh, and the boulders are now striking. Oh dear. The boulders are angry. They're setting up the Skyrim horse launch glitch. Nope, the boulder said no. Rocks do beat strikers, alright? It's very brutal. In fact, so brutal that if it starts happening, I might have to temporarily pause the stream or censor it somehow. Alright, because that might just be too violent for Twitch. Alright, we can have video game violence, but boulder on human violence, that's a whole nother level. Alright, so they're continuing to move. I'm going to quickly do a thermal scan around the fob. Don't see anything new coming. I'd imagine there's going to be something that hits the fob, though, while this attack is going on to keep those guys back at base interested. Even though they're not even really... Oh, wait, no, they're partially in the fob. Some are still gravitating towards this part. Then you have the ANA up here who brought a BRDM. If Twitch is fine with a woman abusing cats, then boulders bullying humans isn't that big of a deal. You say that with sarcasm, but I know exactly who you're talking about. So, when you put it like that, you're right, but here's the thing, Wild. I don't have big titties, alright? I don't make Twitch mommy a lot of money. So, Twitch considers everything I do expendable. How long will pay for pain last? I'm shooting for 2 to 3 hours. Falcon, you're killing me. You're leaving for a movie an hour and a half in? You're killing me, Smalls. If you don't mind, can you also pass Dante the mod set, if you found it? Because I completely forgot to send it to him.
Ty vole, můžu se mu to můžu. Ty vole, on se teďkom ten týpek kouká na to, kdo řídí ten MREP a kouká.
Yeah, we're gonna cover 50 more minutes of this, then I'm gonna go, make sure the server's good to go, probably get a few people on just to test the emus. I don't think someone's singing the Polish cow song. It's not a kid's song. It is definitely not a kid's song. Alright, so I'd imagine they're going to come over here, then use this valley to then come up to that position, or they're going to go for the high ground. Yeah, I believe they're RHS Navstars. Or it could be a different mod that brings them in because they have all the Czech symbolism on them. So it could be something different. From a different mod entirely that focuses purely on Czech stuff. But that was my guess that they were Navistars. They're talking about me watching the driver.
Furt mi chrání, co?
I'm judging him immensely. Alright, so that's an artillery strike happening, by the way. We can hear it in the distance, so... Yeah... That's not good. That's really not good. Yeah, they're back here dealing with wheels. Yep, so they're gonna take the high ground. For Overwatch with those heavier guns, possibly immediately snipe the mortars out as well. Yeah, that's fair, Falcon. I know, I'm just giving you shit. What map is this? Uzbek Valley. If you want the actual write-up, just do the exclamation point map command. Hold up real quick, that was a 50 cal firing. Ah, hostile BRDM coming up. Oh gosh, in a bus. They just went to defend only though. Good grenade. Oh, there's someone dead in here. Smoke's obscuring their vision. A grenade wouldn't be a bad call there. Oh man, the Optima bus. Uh-oh. Oh, dude. Dude, I hate to freak you out, but there might be something right behind you.
A co je to za tebou? Tady to bude jdeme. Peťo, za tebou je bude. Ty pičo, vole.
Oh my god. I'm in danger. He's right behind me, isn't he? Yep. Not the Akmobile. No. The poor bus. That BRDM, meanwhile, is charging infantry. And the ANA are just like, yeah, Tuesday. I haven't seen him prime that yet. Otherwise, we'd see the sight out. So they said, yep, behind you, and then he was swearing. Yeah, so they're starting to dismount. They've made it past their rally point. They're starting to shoot over there as well. Oh god, guys, you are in the open. Oh, that's a really bad idea. I think the BRDM's target fixated. Ah, it's shooting at them now. More swearing. Yeah, they left the base. There we go. They used an N-law against it. Holy crap. Tarian's down. That guy, I think he had AT. Put it back on his back. Whew, real quick, let's go ahead and look over at this position here. They're now attacking. All the mortars are down.
Dobrý, objedeme to zprava, ty šutráky.
Hrozně ladí, jo.
Jo. Jakoby ty FPS jsou zajímavý, no.
Kukrák zde.
Dobrý, tak hovoru Václav, pojď.
Jop. Klidně to pak nesmoukou, tak protože šutráku.
Yeah, they are going around from the right now, trying to get a little lower so not everything can look up and engage them. Because if you look on thermal, most of them are down, but they're still being engaged from buildings.
A dobrý už.
Pičo. Pojď všichni na ně, vystražit.
Oh shit. Jako ještě tam někdo je, no,
No,
někde.
choď první.
Z těch dveřích vykoukl teďka, 12. Northwest.
Klidně tak jdou.
To už ho zastřel. Jestli to je jenom.
Co doprava, kryjeme to
Já ti vykraju, ale krývám.
Že to zničili oni.
Pokračujte.
Good, borci za mnou.
Když bude kontakt, tak to normálně zapíchni a si
Půlka vlevo, půlka vpravo.
Dobrý, modrá doleva.
Modrá leva.
Jakože...
Oh, God. War is hell.
Volnej! Melogu, keď môžeš, tak sa skús stiahnuť.
Jo, jsem tu.
Hoď si tam týmovnicu, jo. Ivo dole.
Já jsem to byl hned
Nejsem dole, mně se sekl Aker, nemůžu zajít.
That was an HE warhead there. You can tell because of the amount of smoke that gets kicked up. I think it landed short of them though. Alright, I'm pretty sure he actually backblasted that guy.
To vyčistit, vole.
No, ako to vľavo kontakty, ja som ich nevidel, netuším.
No, já se ti nedivím. No dobrý,
Dobre,
no,
jak ďaleko sú vľavo?
Now he's suppressing this direction. This guy's unfortunately dead.
Niekto rýchly? Ja poviem s Melogom, obideme tie šutre zľava, vyčistíme tú ľavú časť a vy budete postupovať tým smerom, hej? Melogu, poď rýchlo.
Okay.
Pay for Pain is in a little over an hour and a half, excuse me.
Ne. Zpátky. Kubáku, zpátky.
Oh God.
Já to jsem.
Kluky dole.
Jakoby já vím, ve kterém
Another man
je Bohemia,
down.
ale prostě já ho nevidím v těch oknech.
I heard KIA. I think we all know what that term means. Hey DJ, how you doing? That one dude behind that damn car, man. Holy crap.
Uváku opatrně, jo? Jako klidně to zkus, jo, ale...
Kontakt dole, kontakt
So
dole.
another guy just came around and flanked him too. Sort of Lee Enfield fire. This guy's got to be careful because he's on his own and the Lee Enfield just picked him off. Yep, he's in that building. Keyholed him through that damn window. So he woke back up. He needs to get out of there before the Lee Enfield guy sees him.
Do piči, tak to som mohol vedieť. Ja som nevedel, že si tu. Myslím, že tu sme dvaja. By som...
Dobrý, běž přede mnou, běž přede mnou.
This is base game thermal, yes. Feel free to translate anything, DJ. We have a few other Czech guys here that are translating too.
Dobrý, Kubáku se mnou. Pojď.
Ne, už nejsou třeba, že jo?
Jo, tady jsou naši. Dobrý, tady jsou naši. Oh shit, paka.
Pojďte mě někdo vystřídat, potřebuji se ošetřit.
Naproti tam.
Stoupni se na mě a
Took him out. They shot him through the door too. BTR-40 just came around and tried to flank him. We got some dismounts coming up over here. So that team on the ridge is about to get flanked. And with the overwatch here, they don't have a lot of cover. They built themselves a trench.
Vidím to.
So I know most of the contact in here are down. They've got a few in these buildings up here. Pretty sure that man just hurt himself. Well, now he's dead. Holy crap, GL to the face and then a headshot. RPG just went out and took out that vehicle, which I believe still had dudes loaded in it. Here's some screaming and some death gargles. The boulder claims another, yeah. Telling you, man. You don't mess around. one guy that asked if they're shooting back. Yeah, they're shooting back. So I think that's it for that attack wave. We still got a few over here. That one guy is down. And this group down to 6 people because they took 2 casualties. Really quick checking over at the fob here. Have some shooting overhead. That might have been a civilian.
Který skurvenej debil by sem poslal grát pod nohy, ty vole.
Do prdele, Casey, to mám tenhle se super stejný
We have
problém.
a Czech soldier out here and an A&A soldier out here. I think they might have been shooting at each other.
Někdo tam mazal granát, vole.
This is hellish. Move the bus out of the way. Now here's the really scary thought I'm gonna give you guys. Oh my god. Okay, I was about to say, there were 6 dudes over here, now there are 2. Like, what just happened? But no, 3 of them pulled back. These guys just took a casualty, though. Imagine dying to a dude that dabs in the afterlife, good god. Jokes aside, though, if people in a video game are getting confused about PID and shooting at each other, imagine how that works in the real world. Makes you think. These forces have to be closer together, that's why they're taking casualties. It's because people are running off on their own and getting killed, unfortunately. So these 2 are coming in here. I don't see an enemy in here, though, so I don't think they're technically allowed to enter this building. But at the same time, most of their comrades are dead, so it's an emergency for themselves. Yeah, real world's much worse, yep. And you don't get nice, fancy graphics to see long distances, yep. It's tough. Someone threw a grenade at him. Ooh. Was that earlier at the checkpoint? So I think that was someone on a PKM firing up at the guys on the ridge here. He's looking in with the Lee Enfield. Uh-oh. Run, dude. Very exposed. Oh, of course this is Zeus control.
Jsem nechtěl.
It's like the Overwatch element got him as he was moving in. Third guy was able to come in up here. Let's go ahead and look back to this. It's like another enemy Vic was coming in.
Borci, kdo se dá prostě...
What are they yelling about now?
Linie, jich, opakuju, linie, jich.
Zeus control equals veteran enemy.
Martinezi, chci, aby si byl plus minus tak
Good
5 metrů ode mě. Rozumíme si? Pokud neumíš opravovat bevko, hlídáš prostě tady tuhle tu linii. Další od tebe je další 5 metrů. A tak dále, jo?
My to chápeme, my nejsme blbí.
Neříkám, že jste blbí, ale jste prostě Afgánci, tak proto to říkám.
Ale chci zase
Do koho jdeš, vole?
Jako já mám problém jako Afgánec zjistit, kde jít, no ale zase jsem to pochopil.
Až to leda! Až to leda!
Já.
V tom případě by se rozmínil, kurva, čum na jich! piče, ty vole. Základní americký pozivky.
A ty nevíš, tak jich je na jihu, jo?
Ano, největší prostě, největší kamen prostě
Jak to vypadá mechanik?
FNF went well. Sorry, Bloodwind just came down. So, every few years in the US, you gotta get your car inspected, and she has a pretty old car. Huh? So, she has to spend like $2,000 to get it all fixed, so it passes the inspection.
Pokud to můžete nějak skurvit pasy nebo cokoliv kola.
Her power steering's apparently messed up. And her brakes.
A to máš ještě podvěz?
Ne.
Raketomet?
Borci!
Ne.
To bevko, zajdlo byl spravený.
Zajdu byl spravený bevko.
Pane mechanik.
Hodinka.
Jsi posral, ty vole, máš
I'll do my best.
5 minut,
Tak hodinka má být na 5 minut.
Podle mě času dost.
Já si taky myslím.
Don't screw with my penny. Don't screw with my penny.
Jo? Víš, mi tady borci nedávají.
Říkala hodinu.
Řekl, dá...
Nebo jako, killere.
Jo.
Pojď si vzít jeho vysílačku, já vezmu tvůj sektor a řekni jim, že jsme na kopci, že na ně nevidíme. Že jsou na kopci northwest naší
Vezmi ty druhé dveře.
Já jedu.
Czech Marine still alive.
Beru je, jo? Tady je okno, vole, to je úplně na hovno, nevadí. Vemu vysílačku a řekni, že to z naší pozice na northwest. Granát, píč, přímo na nás.
Dveře.
Angry remote control. Good Overwatch at least.
Já zaznačím, jo, ty anime.
Daj tam ten battle marker, můžeš?
Je tam. 16:09.
Break. Templar 2 tu Templar 4 na západ od našej pozície Battle Marker 1609 alebo v okruhu 100 metrov v tých horách je nepriateľ, ktorý nás tu ťažko potlačil. Práve akurát teraz
dear, I think he just died.
Preberám velenie, nevieme sa pohnúť, dokým ich nevyčistíte, príjem.
Kde máme v Retixe? Retix KIA, že?
Yes.
I think they're reporting that it's KIA.
Tady tohle.
Killer Ladis je KIA, že? Cookie.
8 people came into this town. So far, they're down to 4.
Cookie, kde seš?
Čiže zaznačíme vrtulník LZ.
Máme si zaznačit LZ-ko?
They have a lot more than 4 guys back here, though. They've taken a few more here and there. So I think it's the pilot and co-pilot, so there's 5 people back at base.
If you want to go.
Well, the pilot just spoke English. Now, my English is a little rusty, but I think he just yelled, "Hey, dumbass, get in if you want to go." Again, very rusty on that language. I'm not even sure if they're all going to be able to fit in that bag.
I will be back for you.
I mean, you could probably just walk, it's right there.
Jednoduše, radiace jsou hodně rychlý fotony. Takže reálně pak jako prostě vypadá prostě černý. No, ono jako je to musí vlastně, že...
Why walk when you can just dance? Bro, why walk when you can just wait for the ride? I mean, easy. too far, definitely.
Yeah.
That's what peak gaming looks like, hell yeah. I think everyone in here is dead.
Tady, nice, on má...
'Cause I don't see anyone else. I don't see any thermals in the buildings. Whew. Sorry, a bit of a yawn there. So I think this village has been pacified. They're gonna have to destroy the mortars and everything, but from what I'm seeing, Mr. Lee Enfield was in here. Yeah, he left. Those are bodies from the bus attack. Don't see anything new otherwise. Let's go ahead and look at the... Yep, 2 other attacks were there. So they've just constructed this little fortified position.
Ale naši nestříleli. Dobrý.
Like he notices he's bleeding.
Takhle ber to tak, aspoň bys si mohl pak vycucat tu krev z toho obvazu, takže bych tě nemusel dát svoji. To je dobrý, ne?
Oka, tak mě můžeš vracet. Ale já tady vypiju petláhev a vždycky mi to vyždímej do petláhve. To je nechutný.
Kuba, hádžem tam dymovnicu pre teba, hej?
Uh-oh. That luckily rolled to the right. If it rolled right here, that would have more than likely killed him.
Musíme sa dostať do piče odtiaľ. Ja to vykupujem, zdávam logu.
Yeah, it's like a single cut. You don't notice it because you don't get any pain flashing, so it's a very, very low bleed out. So you don't notice it, but...
A můžeme se hýbat. Kam půjdem? Počkej, kam půjdem? Hned tady napravo nord?
Môžete ísť za tú väčšiu budovu, ktorá je naľavo. A tam
tak
budete vidieť viac.
Můžem ku vagu?
Jo.
Melok, na svoj pokyn, ja to tam nevidím.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go!
Jsem na místě.
So I think they're suppressing the smoke right now, trying to find the shooter. I'm pretty sure the shooter was already picked off, might have gotten blown up by the grenade, because this is a much brighter body than the others, indicating it's been alive. It was alive a lot earlier. Or I guess later than the others would be the technical term. Now they're breaching.
Dobrý, já jim tady zkusím hodit podvěs, jo? Vydrž.
So I guess they're firing up on the ridge line, making sure there's no snipers up there. I don't see anything on thermal. And then we have a few unarmed guys over there, just part of the village. Also some Slovaks playing nice.
Viděl jsi něco?
He really does not like that hill, does he? If you have the ammo, might as heck saturate it, right?
Got it.
What did you get? Was he saying got it isn't a confirmation of, hey, stop shelling the hill? Because all he did was piss the boulders off. The boulders might counterattack at any moment now. There is a followage command, yes. The heck just blew up over here? Was that the civilian car that they shot out earlier? There's there's the helicopter landing. That is another BMP. Okay. There's been some sort of roadblock made right here, too. Oh, they brought his car over. Oh, dear. There's the Re-inserts landing. I think they're going to bring it over here as well. Sun is starting to set. Now, I'm going to be honest, I'm only going to stay for another 18 minutes, give or take, just because this op was officially started almost 4 hours ago, and I just got to start transitioning to pay for pain. I got to make a few roster changes. I had a handful of DMs. I got to sort through those and then, you know, get on the server, make sure everything's A-okay, because just because I tested something a week ago doesn't mean it's going to work now, which I still hate that that is a thing. Because, you know, mods might update, something might break. You never know. Got this guy running over. So I wonder where that UH-60 is going to come in to drop off those additional guys. I think they're calling out that unarmed civilian running in.
Je tady.
Yeah, like I said earlier, this town does not like them.
Modré. Já to třeba ošetřit, vem sektor.
Jo.
Dobrý. Got it. Je dost možný, že se stáhli, Helena je tady, EK tak max 20 sekund, přesuňte se na nás. Díbete se na nás?
And so they popped the blue smoke for this helicopter to come in. That is a lot of people that just showed up. That's a lot of the base garrison.
Aha, já mám 3. Dobre, tak nič, mám všetko, čo mi treba. Ja si len prehodím sluchátko. Takže preberáš to, hej?
Yeah, I should probably put a mag in his gun.
Můžu.
Ještě nové? Nič.
Jo, přebírám, pojď.
Yeah, so there are only 5 KIA. I think they were just bringing in more forces over here to confirm everything was taken.
Vašku? Běhají sem sebevražední...
Borci, prosím, neběžte všichni za mnou. Sektory, já si vás oběhnu, jak budu potřebovat.
Bacha, sebevražední chlapci tady běhají, jo.
Borci, kryjte perimetr, jo. Třeba byste kryli northeast ideálně, jo. Tam vesnice. Takže
Dělej,
kluci přesunout.
Jo, obsaďte tamhle tu budovu.
Armáda. Spojené státy, vole.
Armáda, vzdejte se.
Spojené státy české.
Piče, se tady bagnu do dveří, ale dobrá.
Ale prešel by som to ešte raz, hlavne ten east.
Alright. Here's the deal. I'm gonna give one more thermal scan of this town. I've been covering this event for the past 3 hours, 45 minutes, give or take. Because these guys, they go on for, you know, a good chunk of time, and there's nothing wrong with that, by all means. But I don't believe there's anything in the rest of this village that they're going to sweep. Maybe some civilian interaction, maybe an ambush or two, but from what I can see, it's nothing. I'm going to probably pull the plug here from my side personally, so I can start setting up for pay for pay. I'm just going to lay down for a few minutes, have a quick break, and then start the server up, because I want to do some roster changes and then put the server up, test the emus real quick to make sure we fix the desync issue, and then go from there. So we'll be back in hour 15 for Pay for Pain, where we can see Falcon do a lot of crazy little things. I've also done some pre-spawning of stuff as well, and we'll have everything set. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Go operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. Falcon, don't choke. Otherwise, cheers, and have a good one.